Well, hello everyone.
Hello, everyone. I was absolutely vibing then. I
Yeah,
was getting into the music.
you got to love the free music, man, haven't you?
And how are we doing, everyone? How's everyone going? How are you, Adam?
I'm good, mate. How's things?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Pretty good. COVID-free now, so all feeling good.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you, mate. COVID-free, and now we're stuck back in lockdown, mate.
Is what it is. So it shouldn't really affect me too much, apart from the fact now I can't play golf. But more time with the missus and the kid, as it were.
Nah,
No,
it's not too bad to be fair. Like obviously we're
know,
gonna
yeah.
miss things, but it's a month in it.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
exactly. We might have to do more shows, keep people entertained.
Yeah, mate. We'll just do one every 20 minutes. We'll get a new show.
So we've got a good one in store tonight, though, aren't we? Pretty excited for tonight. This was one of the first concepts we came up with, wasn't it, when we started out thinking about the show, which was how can we help Britballers grow and then shine a light on some of the best Britballers that people might not know about or never heard of, but are doing unbelievable things all across the world now. And we've learned, I think, over the past couple of weeks on the show, haven't we, mate, that it's more and more less about internal and British American football and more about going to stateside and playing Div 1 and, like FA's done, go and even play in the NFL. So it's no longer Britball anymore. We are international and how can we do that? By hopefully helping young people get into it a little bit more and showing them the path that these successful guys have taken.
Yeah, I mean that's a goal, isn't it? So for us over here, we just want to promote the sport a little bit more and hopefully get a bit more pathways set out for these young guys going up and playing some ball, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Before we go any further, I do have to give a shout out to EP Sports. Obviously, they power the stream, so very much appreciate that. Later on in the stream, if you guys hang around, we will be doing a giveaway. So I'm not going to tell you as much about that just now. I'll bring that up later on. Tell you how to get involved and win yourself some NFL merch, thanks to EP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, he's going to show it. Oh, look, he showed it already.
No, that's a tease. That. Oh, what are we doing?
Oh, look what you're doing. The one day I say you're on this part, and you look what happened.
You can go on to that part now.
Shall I just tell them now? All right, come on, let's just go.
Go on.
Right, so today, what we're going to be giving away, thanks to EP Sports, we will be giving away some new NFL knit hats. So we've got a choice of all the teams available. Mike, could you give it a little zoom in on that there so they can have a look at how good this is?
I'm trying to. It's not.
You can't do it. You just hasn't enlarged the screen, man.
I know, but it doesn't seem to be working. Well, let's just say we'll go from there. That's what you get.
We'll pull the EP Sports website up later on in the show as well, so you can see all the choices that they have available. I'll tell you when that competition is live. It's going to be a really simple competition that you can get involved in. It's a simple share competition, and we'll be drawing the winner on Friday. So get involved with that.
Yeah, so it's just tag your mates, all that usual stuff, isn't it? We've obviously launched the Facebook page today, so go on there, share, like, subscribe, and get in there as much as possible. So yeah, whilst my computer seems to be having a fit because I can't seem to share anything, so nothing like the old technical difficulties. It works. It's such a good laptop. Works all day, every day until I come to do this bloody show, and then it always seems to break.
What a shame, man. I think that just leaves a queue just to invite a guest on them, mate. So I'm going to let you introduce them.
Yeah, so I'm going to introduce obviously James Famanu to the show. I hope I've said his name right there. James, I'll let him do the introduction, but played for London Blitz Juniors under-19s. I actually went to see James because the under-19s played the Manchester Titans in the final, and he stood literally head and shoulders above everyone else on the field. So much so, I'll let him go into a bit more detail, but now he's at the University of Houston. He's an offensive lineman, so obviously well received from me. So yeah, do you want to add him into the stream and let's ask it, fire some questions over. I'm sure he'll give himself a better introduction.
Sending peoples.
How are we doing, James? You okay?
Yeah, man, I'm great. It's another day, another grind.
So how's it going? And how's stateside working out for you? It's a bit of a different time. You're on a different time to us right now, aren't you?
Yeah, it's 1 p.m. right now. So I'm supposed to be about 6 hours behind, but because of the clocks changing in England, I'm 5 hours now.
Right, okay.
So
That's why we got a little bit confused. We was a little bit
yeah,
late starting because of that, but we got you in now, haven't we?
no, yeah, I'm all
and
good.
our other guest is still stuck an hour behind, I think. Is that right, Adam?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's in an even different time zone. So he's even further behind and still stuck at school at the moment. So he'll be on. He'll be on soon.
Right.
Perfect. So, no, thanks for joining us. James, do you want to go through, just introduce yourself to everyone, go through a little bit about, how you got into American football and where you're at now, if that's all right, bud?
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I'm James Faminu. Started out playing rugby, played for 4 years. Got to the academy level, but didn't really get much further than that. Started playing American football in 2017, I believe. 2018. After I finished academy rugby, I messaged someone on Instagram who was wearing a football kit and played for London Blitz, and just asked where practice was. I wasn't really doing too much at the time. Started out nose guard. Had an okay season. Didn't really help out that much because I was still learning the game. But I definitely knew about early that I wanted to be an offensive lineman. So next year changed that. And won the national champs in a leading role, which was quite cool.
Nice one. So you're not played long then, had you? Before all this kicked off for you. So you're relatively. I'm assuming you're still learning the sport. I watched an interview with your head coach the other day when he was talking about when you did signing day and stuff, and he was like, just a project, young kid, not played long. So was that part of the reason then Houston took a chance on you?
Yeah, I think they saw. Excuse me. I think they saw where my ceiling's at.
Yeah.
Because when I went to the camp, I definitely stood out. I made sure I stood out at the time, especially during the 1v1s.
Yeah.
So they knew I had a lot of talent, but I was compared to how I am now, even I was quite sloppy. Even though I did well, I definitely had a lot of work to do, and they could see that, so they still took a chance.
Yeah. So, and how's that working out for you right now? Unfortunately, you're injured at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, I tore my meniscus 7 weeks ago now. I had surgery 3 weeks ago, so I'm feeling pretty good though. I'm quite far ahead in my recovery, so shouldn't be too long now.
And
what's football like? What's football like when you're injured? Then, so what? Obviously, you've got your studying to do as well. So, are your coaches still get down to practice?
D1's very accommodating to injuries. I thought it would be a lot more, a little bit more heartless. Like, you'll be injured, they'll just be like, "Well, get on with it." Like, they take injuries seriously. I came back injured. They didn't even get on to me or nothing. They were like, I got a scan literally 3 days after I landed, after I told them and everything. No, I had to wait. Sorry, I had to wait 2 weeks because of the COVID measures, so I had to do 14 days isolation. But as soon as I got out of isolation, it was MRI on the Friday, and then I got my meniscus surgery the week after, that quick, and then recovery straight afterwards. Like the day after I got out of surgery, I was on the table doing exercises. Like, they're thorough with it, and they do take their time, but they go in it quick. So it's been pretty good. I've just been allowed back to practice. So they have something called Muscle Beach. So when you're injured, you have a yellow jersey and you just work out basically on the side. Just do workouts to the end of practice. So I'm losing the last few pounds that I needed to.
I might need to get myself if it's just a yellow jersey, that maybe is my problem. I just need to get a jersey and work out more.
I'm telling you, literally just cardio.
If I put a yellow jersey on, I look like a taxi. There's no chance of doing that.
Hugging you down.
I just look like a yellow bus at the moment. That's what it is.
And so talk us through a little bit about, obviously you went over stateside, and I think it was a couple of years, did a tour of a couple of universities and stuff over there. What can you just talk us through pretty much that whole process from being at the Blitz, playing in that national championship final, to then, I mean, you're at a Div 1 school. That obviously didn't happen by chance. You put in some work to do that. What was that journey like?
It was a bit of trial and error, to be honest. I know I'm genuinely blessed because I got it done in all about a year. I did it within 2019, getting to college. obviously all the stuff leading up is what got me to here, but like the actual process of like recruiting, going to camps, speaking to coaches. Yeah, I did that within 2019, and then I was out 2020.
And you only started in 2017, right? That's what you said.
It was 18, I believe.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
I might be mixing it up. It could be 17. I'm just
Yeah.
it's a while back.
Yeah. Go on.
I mean, it's still not a long time, is it? Let's be honest. You've done this unbelievably quick.
And I don't even really count my first 2 years because it was more just feeling out the game and getting a love for it. That's what I got out of those 2 years. But playing wise, like I definitely had to step up and get coached.
Yeah. And how's that working out now then? So you visited a few schools, and then what's that like? Do you just talk to a couple of coaches? How did you get over there in the first place?
I was with I'm with a recruiting company, non-profit. It's called PPI Recruits.
Yeah.
Premier Player International, I believe that is. But so the guy like the head honcho there is Coach Brian, and Coach Brandon, Brandon Collier. So he hit me up to go to a camp in Amsterdam. That was just a European camp. All athletes from around Europe just went to that camp because it was a 247 attended as well. 247.com. The rankings. I forgot the guy's name, but he was there, so it was a really important one. That was my first ever camp. Never really done one-on-ones like that outside of practice. It was good though. Like I definitely stood out, but I was definitely raw. So I wasn't there yet compared to when I went to the camps, but like I definitely had something going. So he hit me up a couple months later. I didn't hear from him for a while. Then he hit me up to go to something called the All-Star Tour. Which is 2 weeks. You go to like Clemson, Alabama, all of those. I couldn't afford it at the time, so I couldn't go on that one. But he had like a little mini tour that was in Texas, so we visited TCU, Baylor, and University of Houston. So that was good. It was a good experience.
It kind of paid off in that you didn't have the money to go to the first one, really, didn't it?
I'm telling you, everything happens for a reason. God's plan, not my plan. So I don't really worry about stuff like that too much now.
And how did it work? How did it work out? So obviously you went to a camp. Coaches liked your work. Obviously saw talent in you that you probably didn't even know you had. But that's their job, isn't it? So then what happened from there? Did they make an offer? Just talk us through, people who might not know what that process is.
See, the process is different depending, For me, I got offered straight away, like on the day. They told me I got an offer. So like for some it could be we really like you and they may hit you up like 2-3 weeks later and offer you. But if they really like you, they'll offer you on the spot on the day. So I went to TCU was the first camp. Didn't really do that well because I was a bit too laid back. It's not that I didn't do well. I just needed to attack it a bit more. So UH was my second, and definitely went in.
I imagine the nerves and stuff of being there. There's these guys who love and know the game and have loved it for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, and then you've been there 2 years, and they're talking about 1-tech, 3-tech. I didn't know that kind of stuff till year 5.
I didn't know what 2-tech was. I had no idea. I did 2-techs for the first time at the Houston camp because he told me to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What do your teammates think then if you tell them like, oh, I've only been playing a few years?
They see the ceiling too. They're like, well, if this is you right now, because especially now that I'm here, you kind of get a bit starstruck when you're like, oh my gosh, D1, I'm in a D1 school. These are all athletes. I'm in America. Bro, they're just guys too. They make mistakes. They make mistakes like I make mistakes. So it's like, don't think you're any worse than they are. My main thing is I'm less experienced. So that does come into play. They've been doing it since they were 8. I did it when I was 18. So it does make a bit of a difference.
Yeah, I suppose that's just picking up tendencies and spotting things that you see differently. The game does start to slow down. I don't need to tell you this. You can tell me, I'm sure.
Yeah, IQ.
Yeah, just general football IQ goes up. Yeah. So and so how is that? How is your progression coming on? So how much does the injury play into whereabouts? What kind of years? How many years can we expect to see you on the field? Is it right now? What does that look like?
So I don't know if many people know this, but coronavirus basically gave every single athlete a free year. This year doesn't count. I'm basically a freshman again in January.
Yeah.
So I could be here 5 years, another 5 years, but obviously it depends. I'm still a bit older, so I don't know if I want to stay there that long. I do want to get my degree though, so at least 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, still at least
And
3 years.
Yeah, and how does that work? So is it 3 years and then you become eligible for the draft? What does that look like?
Yeah. So I think degree. So you have 5 years total
Yeah.
as a new player that hasn't done to any college or anything. So you get 4 years. 4 years playing. 4 years playing, right? Which is your getting your degree, and you have a master's year.
Yeah.
And you also have the extra fifth year is something called a red shirt year. So technically, so they call it black shirt here, but like I'm a red shirt, which means I'm not playing the season, so I still get to keep all my other years. So it gives you basically extra year to just train the entire year.
So keep your eligibility open for NCAA.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you get 2 years of that technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's unreal, man. So you've got so much time to develop under these coaches, man.
I've already developed, even whilst being injured. I just go to physiotherapy, go to lift, sit in the film room. That's all I do now.
Yeah.
To be honest, you have to. Sometimes when I'm doing homework, I have football in the background just to soak it up. My IQ's definitely skyrocketed from January.
I mean that'll be just being around like teammates, being around the coaches, like just little things. Like for me, we were listening to some coaches. We've done like a virtual like coaching clinic online, and me listening just to coaches talk about things that I've just never thought of before, and it blew my mind. Like, so I can't imagine what it'd be like for you. Like you just be like a sponge, aren't you? Just soaking everything in. And
being like from Europe kind of gives you a different like perspective coming in, because I talk to a lot of European guys that are out here right now. Like Jairo at West Virginia, got Richard at North Dakota. Like there's loads of us out here. But there's a different hunger coming from Europe, because you know what it's like to like have nothing, like bottom of the barrel type coaching, players, like stadiums. So when you're at this spot, you kind of just take in everything. You take in the coaching. A lot of these guys, some of them can be a bit like, I already know, they've been doing it so long, they think they know everything, Of course, but like you're a bit less eager to take it in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, too much experience can also create bad habits, can't it? Laziness, overthinking, just thinking you know more,
Yeah, so I'm definitely, I get after it. Definitely get after it.
I've just had a question come in from a young lad that's asking, how intense are the college weight sessions?
See, this is particularly for Houston. This is my experience, because some colleges are absolutely crazy. I've heard stories from some people, but mine, our S&C coach are definitely like top tier. They know what they're doing. They're not going to kill you for no reason. Like, squat 1,000 pounds or get out. They're not like that. They have your weights. They see what you've done before. They progress you where you can. Like, to be honest, at one point I thought they were progressing me too slow, because I was going up in weight and they're still making me do baby weights. They really get you into it, so that by the time you're in your next semester, you already know what's going on. You're with everybody else. You're on tempo. Like, I came back after 5 months being stuck in UK, but I still had it like locked in from the 3 months that I did. Just get in there, do your weights. I wouldn't say it's difficult in that sense, as in you're going to get pushed, because it's like going to the gym. The hardest part about it is probably the tempo, because you're going to have to do everything they want you to do in an hour. Like, usually I have to stay behind to finish. I'm still not even caught up. But it's like, you do your weight. All right, cool. Wait for your next rep. Spot. Do your rep. You look quick. You don't. There's no around. And
I take it that then leaks onto the football field as well, in terms of tempo and how it goes.
Left, most definitely.
And how many times a day are you practicing? Well, obviously, takeaway injuries. What's the schedule like usually?
So at the moment, it's a bit weirder because it's in season, so it kind of subject to change. So, for example, this week I had practice yesterday. Practice is basically football training. They call it practice. So I had practice yesterday. I'm going to have a practice today in 4 hours. We got a day off tomorrow because we have to have 2 days off a week.
Okay.
So we got day off Tuesday, lift and practice on Wednesday, and then a practice on Thursday and a lift. Because black shirts have to do extra lifts because we're not doing as much because we're not playing.
Yeah.
And then Friday is a lift and a practice, I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong about that. I think there's one lift too many. But yeah, so it's like every day and then maybe like one in between. And we have Saturdays off.
Yeah.
So it is like, it's a lot of space out. You're going to be sore every time you train.
Yeah.
So on game day, being like red shirt or black shirt, it is at Houston. Is that right? Black shirt at Houston or yellow?
Black shirt.
Black shirt. There's so many different shirt colours. I'm like, what shirt is it? Right, but like, do you still get to go to like all of the games and things? Like,
not the away games.
Not the away games. So you just go.
So that's the travel squad. Travel squad is the 1s and 2s of every position.
Yeah.
So, I don't go to the away games, which I don't mind. But home games, we're usually on the sideline, or you can choose to be in the stands. But like they like you on the sideline. I go to the sidelines every game so far. So they definitely try to keep it inclusive. Like you don't feel too singled out. Obviously, you're not going to be like their main priority, but like you're there to get that grinding. I don't really care about the spotlight.
There is no way in hell. If I was there, I'd be like, yeah, I'll just go sit in the stands. I'd be like, nah, I'm on the sideline, mate. I'm coming to watch the game. Be like, it's a bit, get out the way, pal. I'm watching you. I'm going to do it.
It's I think it's because it's new to me still. It's like when I'm standing in that stadium, I'm almost like a spectator. I'm like, rah, like this is the stadium I'm playing at. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be touching this field.
This is like us two now, fangirling. I don't care what else is going on. I'm just asking you these questions because I want to know what it's like. I'm like a fan of you.
Hey,
now.
I could get you tickets, guys. You know, if you fly over, you know.
Right, I'm coming.
I'll hook you up. Yeah, come through. You know, I get them free tickets.
No, definitely. To be fair,
this is recorded. This is recorded. So
people get all the time. So this is a good question because you mentioned there, obviously what is that academic challenge like? So you said degree first, and you probably know why Victor's asking.
Yeah.
Degree first. Is it that student athlete mentality, student first kind of thing for you, or?
All right. So like, I'm not a good representation right now because it's really tough at the moment, especially being injured. So I'm focusing on recovery and stuff.
Yeah,
my academic side has taken a bit of a blow. I'm still keeping up. Those C's get degrees, but it is tough. Spring was tough. I won't lie, because spring obviously you're doing more sessions. Sessions are harder. It's a lot with the class, especially when you actually have to go to class. At the moment, I'm just coming back to my apartment and typing away, which is a lot easier. But like, for example, my week was Monday 6 a.m. every morning. So just know that 6 a.m. every morning during spring. 5:55. If you get there later than 5:50 off, we're doing up downs. 20 up downs for every lay person. 20 up downs if you have the wrong socks on, if you have the wrong shorts on, shirt. 20 up downs. I hate it. We did up downs every week.
I'm so happy you're saying this because the guys that are commenting are part of my academy team. So they're all like my youth and junior team, and we do this. So if we have a rule, if you're on time, you're late. So they get up down. So if practice starts at 10, if they turn up at 10, they're late. They should be there beforehand and be on the pitch for 10.
Get there 25 minutes before. You know, I'm not acting like I'm crazy at this though. Like when I was back at Blitz, I'll turn up to training late and stuff. But you get to the program quick.
Get that beat out of you over there.
Yeah, like I knew. I'm not trying to do that. My biggest thing is that if I'm going to be a burden, I'm going to be a burden to myself. I'm not going to let everyone do up downs for me. So just if I have to wake up that extra half an hour early, I jump onto that. But to answer the question from before, classes are difficult, but it's doable.
We've had this one come in. So what was the team support like? Do you do lots as a team, or do you not spend much time as a team, like outside of football and practice? Like, do you hang out? Is it like, do you hang out as friends? Is it like Blue Mountain State where you're all got a little frat house? Like, we want to know what it's all going like.
Little frat house. No. UH. So most of the people that live on campus live at this place called Cullen. Like, I'm in Cullen right now. It's just the apartment blocks. So we all live here anyway. So we can link up whenever we want to. usually you kind of stick to positions. Not that you're just friends with your positions, but they're the people you're closest to usually.
Yeah.
And my roommate's a D lineman. He's a D tackle, and I'm an offensive guard right now. So it's kind of good to just bounce off each other. But it is very like when you're in anything inside the building, like as in training wise, it's all team based. Like, you're going to be with your teammates. You're going to talk to people positions that you may not usually get to talk to. But you see everyone. Like, I'm pretty integrated now. Like I'm cool with everyone. So
have you been? I was just going to ask have you been starstruck at all yet since you've been stateside? Have you seen someone and like thought, oh, maybe because you've only been playing the game a short amount of time, it might not be the case. But have you saw someone and thought, oh shit, that's him? I've seen him on the tele.
Twice. One is our starting running back right now, number 22, KP. That's the homie. But I used to really like him, just watching him from all the UH games last season. So when I met him, I was like, oh, yo, it's number 22. Like, yo, what's up, bro? Now it's just like, yo, what's up, bro? You know, like, they don't really care now. And the other was Josh Jones. Josh Jones is the left tackle that went to the Cardinals last draft. Yeah, he must have came to one session, and he was like, oh, what's up, London? I was like, hi, you know, like, yo.
Is that your nickname over there then?
Yeah, Faminu or London. They usually call you by a second name.
Yeah.
So and it's on the back of all our training shirts. So you got Faminu.
Yeah.
Everywhere. You know, like you get these training shirts. You have a couple. It says your number and your name on the back.
Yeah.
So they Faminu or London. Either way.
You see, it's just that I'm like here now, just like wishing that I had have ever been good. I just it was like I had no talent. That's why I'm.
But I say it's not always about not having no talent, but like who's really teaching over here? And I mean over there, like in Britain, we don't have this. Imagine if we had all this college stuff. Do you think we will have more ballers? Most definitely.
Yeah,
we have ballers, but the only difference between here and back home is there's more consistent ballers and there's more incentive to play. Why am I really playing a uni game when I can injure my ACL for what? A championship and a ring?
Yeah.
That means nothing.
So what's that like? So just if you can give disclosure on this, I don't know if you can. Are you on a full ride over there? So you?
Oh yeah. I wouldn't be over here if I went on a full ride.
So that's cool, isn't it? So I mean, I was speaking to my little boy about this the other day.
Mate, could you not tell he was on a full ride when he was like, "I'll get your tickets"?
Yeah, like, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't want to like say you're on a full ride. I obviously no, Google. No, but I was saying this to my little boy. Like, surely that's the best thing about this is that your degree's paid for. I know I still pay my student loan off every month, and I hate it because it's hundreds of pounds going out of my account every month for a degree that arguably I don't use. But yours is being paid for, and you're being looked after. Obviously, surely that's the best thing to come out of this, if nothing else.
See, yeah. So that's why I'll stay for my degree, mainly because it's getting paid for. So if I leave early and leave something that it flipping sucks. So you went through those 3 years just to leave. Now I'm gonna finish my degree. So like I'm blessed in that point. There's some form of incentive, but for some players out here, not necessarily Houston, but like in general, I see like the trend is like football or nothing. Like football is the crux. Like they've been told, football. This can take you here. Yeah. So like they've kind of put everything into that, and academics does kind of has to suffer at some points when you start to take it seriously. Like at the moment, I'm completely locked into football. It suffered a little bit, but I'm still like keeping it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this now to all my academy guys watching. Ignore that last bit. Do your grades, right?
Oh no, most definitely do your grades. I'm telling you, C's get degrees. I'm telling you, in GCSE, I got 2 B's. The rest were C's. But I know some guys that couldn't go, and these are some ballers that couldn't go to the US because of grades. So if you mess up your grades now, that's your problem. Like, you need to really make that serious.
You can't. It's not. I'm assuming it's not like the TV show where you can just beat up the little nerd and get him to do your homework.
Nah, you have to put work in.
Man, have you seen the size of him? Of course he could. Come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Some guy doing flips with a chair squad, and he's like, "Yeah, mate, come on."
Start going.
No, I was going to say. So, is it what we imagine on and off the field? You know, is it that American? Is it a bit more sorry, I suppose the question I'm trying to ask is, what did it meet your expectations in terms of what you thought it'd be like, or is it a little bit more like just England but over there?
Yes and no.
Mm.
The bits that I was like, oh, it's going to be cool because I've already seen the place as well from
Yeah,
the camps, and I went to the. They brought me in for a official visit, so they pay for me to come over and stuff, which is
yeah,
cool. So I already saw it, but then like being here, the stuff I already saw, I was like, wow, this is the stuff I knew I wanted to be in. D1, I got the facilities, I get the clothes, I got the locker with my name on it. It looks crazy, but
yeah.
like it hit me in ways that I didn't think it would. Like it's very taxing mentally. It's taxing on like your motivation. Like
Mm.
all your time is devoted to academics, football, college is your life now. Like
Yeah.
I could hit out my parents when I could, like call my girl when I could, but like other than that,
Yeah.
football, academics.
You're getting paid to do it,
I
so you
know.
may as well make the most of it, aren't you? It's not as if you.
Most def,
No,
you have
he's
to.
not getting paid. It's NCAA if they're watching.
Oh,
He's getting
Yeah,
he's
I'm not
getting
getting paid.
school.
I'm
Come
getting.
on. You getting
They're
him in
giving me
trouble?
funds to fuel my education. That's what it is.
There. You've got to word this correct. My God,
I
come
mean,
on.
Right.
this is the best question. I wanted to know this.
Mate, he stole mine. I was just about to ask it, and that comment came up.
Well, it's Victor, so I'll let him off. What's the food like? Do you have a diet plan? Do they provide you food, or is you dip into the shop yourself?
The food is good actually. Food is real good. Nah, I put my plate away, but they do cook for you. I get to take some food home a couple of days of the week, which is good. They put me on a diet plan because I came in at 370 pounds.
Yeah.
I was a big dude coming in, but sorry, one second. So they basically tell you your goals. They don't really. They give you like a template of what you should be having, but I already knew I should be having all that stuff, so I didn't really use it. It's just get your weight down. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Get your weight down. And one thing now, I've gotten to a certain weight, so I'm 327 pounds now. So
Yeah.
my goal is 325. So I don't even care about my weight right now. I'm looking at
Yeah.
fat percentage, and I'm looking at muscle mass. So at the moment, I'm like 42% muscle, 35% fat. I'm trying to lower that fat percentage, but keep my muscle up. Like your goals kind of evolve as you go along. The more you progress, the more you kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So yes, the food's good. Yeah.
I suppose the question I had then is, let's say we get through this year. Obviously, you'll probably redshirt again next year. He's probably right in it because that's you've not got the year of eligibility. Is your short-term goal to be the starter in the ones, in the twos? What's that short-term goal, and then what's the long-term goal really?
Definitely be a star. That's right now. That's my goal. At the moment, my goal is to ball out in spring. Spring ball is where the coaches really start thinking about their hierarchies. Like, all right, so I know to look at right now. He's gonna be my star. He's gonna be my star. Or these guys are gonna be my potential stars. And then in the fall, you get that chance again, but like they've already got in their head who they're looking for. So in the spring, you need to ball out. And if you're not physically where you need to be or skill wise, that is your time to grind, get your body up, get your weight down, get your technique up. Like spring is gonna be really important for me. That's gonna be a really important it's not a be all and end all, but what happens in spring will determine my fall. So I basically have to put in that work.
So you don't think you won't redshirt if you don't have to next year. If they say, James, you're good enough, you're playing, you're not going to.
Man's on the pitch next season, man. He's going to be there balling out.
I can't. I'm not even trying to be on the sidelines. Like my goal is to start. At the moment, there's some seniors ahead of me that could potentially come back. So that's just like a circumstance. Like it's the seniors that have been here longer. It's like, it's going to be a bit more difficult, but I'm still going to try and take that spot. It's still up for grabs. There's a senior on the sideline now. Like it doesn't matter what. Like the hierarchy doesn't matter as long as you ball out. So I'm trying to get that starting position, right guard.
Yeah. Right guard, it's a good position. I play left guard, so it's decent position.
Yeah.
And go on.
I was a very short very short right guard when I used to play it. It was like they called me the balling ball, mate, because I used to just chop people's legs off. That's what I was.
That's what you need to do,
Very good.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, exactly. You probably definitely weigh more than everyone's one leg, so if you can cut it from under them, they ain't going nowhere, are they?
Yeah,
Well, I
exactly.
can imagine over there they get back up just as fast. That's the only problem. If you cut a lump in Britain, he's staying down with you, isn't he? But imagine there, they're bouncing up just as fast. You're taking yourself out of the play. Um, so what? So next year we're probably going to be looking to see you. What do you think you need to do personally to make sure that you're competing, you're a starter or at least a two next year? What do you need to do to achieve that?
Right now, my main thing from January, because even though I was like ready for it in January, up here wasn't 100%. Like my focus, my drive wasn't 100%. So this entire year, it's taken me the whole year, but I'm finally here. Up here is now like where I need to be. Like I'm locked in, I'm focused, I know what my goals are, I know where I'm facing to go. So like all I have is the grind. Like I'm out here. I'm sacrificing.
Yeah.
I'm not coming home for Christmas, not because of COVID, but because I'm hitting up an S&C coach and an online coach, and I'm banging out training for the entire Christmas period. So my main goal right now and my main pathway is get up here, check. Now get my body right. That means get my knee back to full strength, which I've already started to do, and I'm already beginning to like get back to full strength. And then it's just get stronger, get more powerful, get quicker, and work on your technique. I know what my coach wants now, so all I need to do is make sure I do it. Start getting into the right habits before spring, so I don't even start making mistakes. And then any mistakes I still need to clean up, I'll find out early.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Cool.
that one.
Cool.
I've got this question that I want to fire in beforehand. If you were to lack the academics, would you get stopped from playing football till your academics pick up, or would you still be allowed to train?
Depends who you are.
Oh, do you mean if you're already in college?
Yeah, so if you're in college and your academics drop below something, would you be stopped from playing till those got up?
So like you have something called a GPA, grade point average. So like last year mine was like a 3.4, like highest you can get is like a 4.0. So anything over 3.0 is good. So like they ain't really talking to me about academics because I got that. So hopefully I can keep that this semester. But you have something called like I don't know what they call it, but it's like basically a base level GPA. If you fall below that GPA, that stops you from playing. Like you can't train, you can't do nothing until you come over that GPA. I'm not 100% sure what it is here. I think maybe it's a 2.0. I'm not sure. But like, yeah, that's when it starts getting into like the red zone. But even if you start going anywhere near there, they get onto you. Like basically, the closer you are to 3.0, the better. They just won't talk to you.
Yeah, I can imagine if you're a coach, like, and you've got your star player, like imagine like if it was your star quarterback or running back or left tackle or something, and they're like balling out for you all season, gets near playoffs, and the GPA drops down, you'd be raging. I'd be like kicking that boy off a team. I'd be going crazy.
I imagine with
it's
that
hard though.
Yeah, I was going to say, imagine with that, they're of the same mindset as yourself, James, in terms of they know that's just another standard, like benching X amount. That's just a part of playing football, isn't it? It's not a case of ifs and buts. You got to do it. You just get the job done, don't you?
It's my thing is right, like especially when you're grinding so hard, it's just do enough right now to just keep you at a certain level. So like my thing is, I know I keep saying C's at degrees. I'm not telling people to get C's, get your A's, get your B's. But if I can stay at a C and not drop below that for right now whilst I'm grinding, so be it. Like keep yourself at a base level. But a lot of people, especially when you're starting, because I know like obviously I speak to all the starting linemen and stuff. When you're in it and you're a star, it's very difficult to do both. It is very challenging because you're all into the season. And then you have to like also study. It's tough, but it's doable. It's just basically all you have is college. You're over here.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're just getting that balance right, won't it? Like you're just gonna have to try and balance it out as best as you can, sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who's the best player you've played with? So whether that be well, I'm assuming it's the best player you're playing with right now, unless there's a baller in Britain who should be over there. But who's the best guy you've played with?
You know what? Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the guys here because it's like they're D1 players. Back home, we got the running back Aaron Mahoney Jones, cold. he should be out here right now, but complications and stuff. But he was at Garden City JUCO. He was really good. I played under 19s with him and a little bit of men's. Michael Iyumide. He's a D tackle. He's real good. Even when I came back home the last 5 months, I trained with him. It was like he's good at what he does. But he had academic issues, which is the only reason why he's not out here right now. So that's how I know it's that serious. Keep your grades up. It will stop you from following your dreams, unfortunately.
Yeah. Perfect.
I got loads.
And who's the best player you've played against, bud?
Against?
Yeah.
Good question. Well, that's gonna come down to here. Like even in training, the D linemen I go against, we got some good ass linemen.
Yeah.
There's number 98, Peyton Turner. He's going to the draft. He's cold. Yeah. He's a DN, D tackle, wherever you put him on the D line, he'll go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably there's also Derek Parrish at the end. He's a shorter D end as well, but he's like stacked, like slim, like he's like athletic looking, like he's stacked. Yeah. He's real. All the D linemen here are just good. So this is the most challenging I've ever played.
No pressure when you got no pressure.
Oh, definitely no. I'm kind of over that though. Like I'm over the difficulty of it. It's like I've blocked it before, so it's doable. Yeah. Now I just need to be consistent with it.
And so this is just something I don't know. Who's the best team you're probably going to play on the schedule this year, next year? Who do you have to look on the schedule for?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Yeah, they're 6th ranked. Is that right at the moment?
Yeah, they're cold. I know one of the tackles there, Metz Lawrence, from Germany, I believe. Yeah, he's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team's good.
And what about for you then? You know what? Obviously, we've kept you for nearly an hour now, so we'll try and wrap up, mate, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, no problem.
What's the long term for you, mate? What's the plan? Is it the NFL?
I mean, hell yeah, like that's the goal. But one thing I do right now is I kind of take all my goals. Like I got the long term goals in mind, but right now I'm just focusing on like right here. So. Yeah. At the moment, mine is to be a starter at college, win a championship, just like be a prominent player on the team. So at the moment, I'm just focusing on college. Once I'm there, then I can think about, get to the draft. Like, start thinking about getting my draft stock up, get my points up, maybe even looking at agents. When am I going to leave? Like, that's when I'm going to start looking into that. But I definitely have all that in mind,
Yeah.
Definitely have to keep that in mind, but you might see me playing for the Packers one of these days. Hopefully.
It's a bit cold there. I would be. I'd be looking at like Miami.
Hey, I just need Aaron Rodgers to stay a couple more years.
Yeah, that's it. Go block for
a couple more years.
That's it. It's been absolutely. Have you got any more? Go on, Adam.
Yeah, I've got one more question. So, when you finish this year at college, are you coming back to the UK? So, do you get time in the UK before you go back out there?
Not too much time, to be honest. But it is what it is. So you get I get 3 weeks in May. I get 3 weeks around Christmas, I believe. I get a week in March, which is spring break.
Yeah.
And those are all the holidays.
And are you going to visit your old team or anything when you get back, or is it just a family?
No, I hear my players. I hear a couple of the guys. So I chat to some of the youngers that are prospects for college right now. I was training with one DN that's out here now at high school. I think he just got offered by West Virginia and Iowa State. They're starting to see us. There's British people out here. There's a D tackle out here from Britain, Dimitri Madden. I know there's someone else here. There's a wide receiver. I forgot his name though. But he's out here from Britain. They're starting to recognize that.
Yeah.
Britain has some ballers.
I mean, as you know, we're all rooting for you, man.
Appreciate it.
You got the love of the full UK behind you, which there's not many people do at the moment, man. So we're proper rooting for you.
Yeah, no, we are. And
if
you're ever back, and me and Adam, Adam works down in London sometimes. We'll happily take you out for some food and pick your brain a little bit more.
Definitely, man.
I mean, if you want to run a clinic over here for some of my linemen,
let's go. I'll come to one session.
We'll sort that. So hit us up when you're back, and maybe we'll do an online clinic or something. It's always been something that's dear to my heart. So we'll sort something out when you're back.
I'm gonna have to charge you though. So I'll
That's
come
fine,
back
mate.
for free. You know, I'm a Hollywood man now. You know.
That's fine. We'll sort whatever out. We don't make any money from the show, so it'll be coming out of my back pocket. So it might be, a nice.
Whatever you got to do, you got to pay those bills now.
For some sponsorship. No, it's been absolute pleasure, James. Thanks so much for coming on. Go on.
I wanted to answer one question because I saw it and it just made me laugh. The British accent with the relationship game. I've got a girl, so I don't really involve myself, but that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah,
I do. We didn't bring it up.
Right. He's my current QB that's asked that, right? And we're in talks at the moment. We're getting him over to high school in the States.
Talk like Sherlock Holmes.
That's why he's asking it. But I mean, he's got a Geordie accent, mate, so it's not going to happen.
I mean, it might work. I'm not sure, but
I can imagine that conversation with some American girls. What is that accent about? You might think it's from Baltimore.
They're a bit iffy with their accents. Like I'll say, "Can I get water?" They're like, "What? What?" They say, "Water." Oh yeah. But, they're a bit weird with it. I get clowned for it a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry, man. Just tackle them, man. Just say, you know what I mean? Just pancake them.
Yeah, I do all the talking on the field.
Yeah, just be like, I want a pancake. And they'll be like, what are you saying? What are you saying? This, and just slam them down. A stack of them, thank you.
Oh, my dude.
It's been absolute pleasure, mate. Keep balling, and I'm definitely going to follow your journey, so keep doing what you're doing. If you need anything from the UK, someone will be able to sort it out. But it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Limelight, you well and truly deserved. Keep going, man, and we'll catch you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much, man. Take care.
So yeah, if you want, guys, you can go follow James's journey on Instagram, Big London, Big BIGLDN. I think it's _to finish. Great guy playing over the UK, and I think we will swiftly move on to our guest number 2. You want to do the introduction, Adam?
Yeah, so we're going to have a quarterback now. He's currently playing over in the States.
And you said that right. This is a quarterback, an English-British quarterback playing in the States.
He's a bit American though, isn't he? You'll hear when he comes on, man. Like he's a good guy. But I'm gonna put a little clip up first. I might end up having to play this twice because it's quite a quick clip. But I love it. So I'm gonna play this little clip. That's unbelievable.
Is that a flip throw?
Yeah,
I can't even throw the football. I don't even think I could do a circle. Never mind do that.
Jumps 360 release in the air. For me, that is unbelievable. I'm going to play it again. I'll play it again.
Some throw. Well,
that's dirty, man. I'm telling you. So let's bring him on. Let's get Justin. Hi, mate.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good to have you on, mate. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, good, really good. Been a bit of a Justin fan this week. Adam's obviously told me you're coming on the show. I've been looking at all your stuff. I'm in home, mate. You look like you're doing really well over there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
That accent's got so strong since you've been there, hasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Coach, how you been?
I'm good, man.
It's been a while.
It has, man. You promised us you'd come see us at Christmas, and you didn't.
I was busy over Christmas. All those rules, lockdown rules. The family wanted to hang out, all that. So next time, how about you come over here?
We're going over to Houston anyway, so we'll do a tour.
I'm waiting for your dad to sort us out to come over, man.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll get you some tickets for sure.
Oh yes, I want them hoodies. I'm still after a hoodie.
If we make it to state, then I'll get you a ticket.
Yes. Oh, I'm there.
Just get him 2, and I'll have to look after him. So you can't go over on his own.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
No, but honestly, thanks for coming on. I know, you've rushed back from school because we got an issue with time and things, and with our clocks going back, and it's been a nightmare, mate.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. I'm glad you invited me on.
Mate,
I was excited about it.
Mate, I've been planning for you to come on the show since day one, mate.
I had the show for this.
I was like, mate, when he first come to our team, he was like 4 foot, and now he's like 6 foot, and he's like, oh.
It's funny because Adam blows Gateshead guys up, and he loves his junior team and all that. And I hear the stories quite often. He's telling me, "No, this guy's good." I'm like, "All right, Adam, is he good?" And then he showed me a couple of clips. I was like, "Oh shit, he's good. He's very good."
Yeah.
So how's it going over there? Talk us through it. Like, obviously, we've said there you was in Gateshead. You're in the States. You're a QB. This is huge for Britain, really.
Not just a QB, mate. He's a lefty. A lefty QB.
Yeah, being a lefty definitely makes you stand out a lot more, for sure.
Mate, you know what I was looking for, right? I was looking for. Can you remember when we were at the Gators and we done the blindfold pass? Can you remember we got you blindfolded with?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
So we were going through like a 5-step drop, and the receiver was running a post route, and it was all on timing. So we blindfolded Justin, and he done his drop back and hit the ball exactly where it needed to be, and we got it on film. And I've spent the full week looking for that video, and I cannot find it. I was like, this would have been the best video to show.
Yeah, I did. I think my dad might have had it. Did he record it? I mean,
yeah, your dad would have recorded it, definitely.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's fun. No. So go and talk us through that journey then, Justin. You've gone stateside. You was in Gateshead. How does a Gateshead lad get over to America and start playing QB for a high school team?
I played. I just started. I was just a little kid. Just moved to England from Poland actually. And, my dad wanted me to get into something. Me and my brother, he actually wanted us both to get into it. So,
Brandon is a baller tight end.
No, you won't believe how much I talked to him. I'm like, bro, if you stuck with it, you would have been easily. Like, he would have went off. Easily. Would have done some crazy things.
Mate, I begged him to stay, man. Like, you know what I was like? I was like, Brandon, come on, stay.
Yeah,
and he's like, I don't know, like, come on, just play.
Yeah, he wasn't about that, but he's actually starting to get into a videography, and he's actually going to be coming over in January and doing stuff for our team. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, but
we'll get him to do some stuff for the show as well if he wants to.
For sure.
Brandon's not playing in America. Come on, Justin, it's your time here, bud. Tell us how you got over there.
Yeah. So basically, there was just like a period of time where I just wasn't playing any games. Like me and my dad were just like, all right, like I gotta like start getting some competition, no matter what it was. And Adam offered me that, so I just went over to Gateshead, started playing with them, started practicing with them. Just wanted to get my feet wet, just see how it felt to play before I went over to the States. So basically, that's what I did. I just played with Adam for like a year or two. Was it?
It was a year or so Gateshead, and then there was like the Gators and things before that.
Yeah.
That was interesting. We were training like the roughest part of Newcastle you could ever imagine. Like,
oh really? Was that the roughest part?
Yeah, man. Can you not remember the time when the motorbike came flying past? We were like training, this guys just come flying past on a motorbike across the field.
I actually do remember that. But yeah, we just I started playing some games. I remember we had that tournament. I don't even know where it was. Was it in like Scotland or something?
Yeah, Edinburgh.
Yeah, all I know is once I came over here, all the kids like wanted to like see, okay, this kid, like, because I was like the talk, like everyone, like my coach hyped me up before I came in. He was like, we got this kid coming in, so everybody was like looking me up, and they saw our jerseys that we were wearing. They saw those Miami jerseys, and they were like, bro, like you got like the coolest jerseys I've ever seen. So he's like,
those jerseys are like, bear in mind, right? So the jerseys, we'll put the picture on the Instagram of you anyways, in the jersey. And it's an old Miami Hurricanes jersey that we were donated back when I used to play youth football. That's how long ago it was. Like I wore them when I was a kid. But they are the nicest jerseys ever. There's just not many of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
they're awesome.
I think Justin still has one of them, actually.
I wish I took one.
Did you not get one?
The number 16? No, I'm pretty sure I gave it back. I
told your dad not.
Yeah. But yeah, and then once I got here, I was just a freshman, and our varsity team was actually pretty good. Like I came super late, so there wasn't any like chance of me playing on varsity. Like they already had their guy and stuff. So my role was basically I was the JV quarterback and the backup. So I just made sure I was always prepared every week. I came in, make sure I was ready. But yeah, like that team we had, because we have like we call our teams from the years we've had our football team. So that year was Team 40. That was the 40th year we've had our football team. So that Team 40 team was pretty. I think actually no, it was Team 41. That Team 41 team was crazy. Like we actually had a guy named Trevor Keegan. He was like a ESPN top 300. He committed to Michigan, and he's playing there right now. And then that same year, we had a junior, Dom Collado, who was committed to Miami of Ohio. And yeah, we just had a bunch of other guys that were really good, and they made it for a really good team. So after that year, the quarterback, he was not really a runner. He was more of an athlete. So, and they knew what I did on JV. They knew that I could like play in a varsity game. So they moved him to the slot, actually, slot running back, whatever you want to call it. And then, we just went from there. That's how I started playing.
Cool.
See, I remember the first like couple of months that you were over there, you'd be like texting us like, "Coach, I'm playing on junior varsity, but the coaches are liking us," and I'm almost at the.
I remember that.
Then this guy makes varsity, and I hear from him like once every 6 months now. You see what happens?
It's busy. Busy. It gets way more busy. Let me tell you, school, practice gets a little rough.
Yeah. So what's it like? I was going to say, what's that like? The Friday night lights. Obviously, we see it all. We only see it on the telly. It's something me and Adam both have talked about going over and seeing in person. What's it like? The Friday night lights. Oh. Is it like you see on the telly, like the Dillon Panthers, the whole town are out watching the game?
Oh yeah, no, it's different. It's really different. Yeah. There's nothing like it for sure. Friday nights, especially around here, like Crystal Lake, like nobody's home, especially our rivalry game when it's Crystal Lake South versus Crystal Lake Central. There's like everybody's at the game. Like like the whole of Crystal Lake's there. So it's really cool experience just playing in front of the atmosphere and just getting used to it. It's definitely awesome. It's definitely like I'm glad I got the opportunity to play in that atmosphere because it's not like that everywhere.
Yeah, no, yeah, I imagine so. So it's all going well at the minute. Are you middle of the season, end of the season? Whereabouts are you at the moment?
Actually, our governor moved our high school football season to the spring. So right now we're just still getting ready for the season. We actually had some practices this month and last month, but right now we're actually in a 4-month break. Yeah. So I'm just I'm doing my thing. I'm making sure everybody's lifting, doing making sure they're getting right. I'm actually going to throw with my receivers after this. Yeah. All those different things. But yeah, we're just getting ready right now.
I was stalking your Twitter the other day, and you're lifting heavy now, aren't you, mate? It's not lightweight you're chucking up there. Was it 235 clean?
It's 245. Yeah, 245.
245. Yeah, I don't want to deprive you.
Yeah. No, that's something big that I started to get into. Like after sophomore year, I felt like I wasn't able to run as well as I wanted to, and also I just didn't feel like big enough. So this year I really hit the weight room hard, making sure I got in there, getting my work in, make sure I get bigger, faster, more explosive, all that different stuff.
Yeah. And where's the plan for you? Where's this going to lead to? So how long have you got left at high school? What's the plans after high school? What's that like?
Right now I'm just just keep working, see how good I can get, and hopefully go play in college somewhere.
Yeah. So what type of one?
Did you say hopefully?
Yeah,
look how modest he's being. Do you want to tell everyone what you've just won recently?
Oh yeah, so I had do you guys know what the Elite 11 is? I know Adam does. Do you know what it is? The Elite 11. Yeah. So we had I think it was Saturday. We had a regional. You know how they have those regional camps, so they get like the top quarterbacks in the state and like around here. I think there was somebody from Cali that came over, a couple from Michigan, and I won the competition there. I was voted like the highest graded quarterback, which was pretty good. Yeah, considering that some of the guys there already had offers and stuff, so it was good. It was good showing that I got better.
I love how humble he is.
Yeah, that's the game said in him.
he's always been like this, man. He's always like, yeah, it was all right. Like I'm talking. Even the Edinburgh game, right? We played in the Edinburgh game, and we played. There was Edinburgh and East Kilbride, right? This is 5v5 football, and East Kilbride had this guy who I'm talking was bigger than me playing nose tackle, and then he was just. It was like just going straight through our centre. And our centre's decent as well at the time, Kristen. Like, he's got better now, but at the time, he was still decent.
Yeah, how's he doing? Is he doing good?
Yeah, man. Like, he's doing good. He's at the University of Sunderland now, playing at Sunderland.
For sure.
So he got past Kristen, and Justin stood there. And at the time, you must have been like, what, like 5'10"?
No, I was like 5'8".
Yeah, I didn't want to be nasty.
I probably was barely 5'8".
Yeah, like so... All right, we'll say 5'8", and then Justin's dropped back. He's ran around this guy, and this guy. We had a guy called Jack Lewis. Jack's actually coming back to football this year, but Jack Lewis,
the receiver.
Yeah,
I remember him. I was talking to him. I think like a couple months ago, actually.
Where he's coming back. So Jack was on a post route, and Justin stopped, threw the ball across his body perfectly into the end zone, and I just remember their coach going, "How did he do that?" And I was like, "Yep, that's Justin. Yep." and then he left and went to America, and we made a big post about you going to the States and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I got a private message from the coach, and he was like, "I'm so happy that kid's gone." I was like, "All right, thanks very much."
Yeah, right. Oh wow, I can't believe you say that. That's funny. He just DM'd you out of nowhere.
We've had a question from James, who's just sat in the private chat there. So James is just listening in. What's the competition like in high school compared to under 19s or like uniball or whatever level you played at? Sorry, over in the UK. What's the difference like?
I would say probably just the speed of the game. It's definitely a lot quicker, a lot faster. You got to make sure you know what you're doing before the snap, or else you're just gonna get knocked out.
Yeah,
it's, definitely. Just that speed. Size. Yeah, everyone over here is like linebackers are crazy. They're all like, look. I'm like going over. Actually, it's funny. That brings up a memory. It was my first start this year, and they had a Western Illinois commit or something. And I walk into the huddle, and this guy is just staring at me like he's got the war paint on, all that stuff. He's looking at him like he wants to kill me. So, and this guy was just like, I'm talking like massive. He was like 6'5". His arms were literally the size of my legs. So yeah, just stuff like that. It's just the speed would probably be the biggest thing.
I suppose I imagine at that level, I suppose over here in certain regards, you get certain lads who are just so far and above in their personal development as a human. Then somebody who's a late developer and is barely developed. So I imagine that's a big difference for you guys.
Oh yeah, no, that's also that's a I'm glad you said that, because there's actually a lot of like kids here that are late developers, but they're just crazy. Like they don't care like what happens to their body. They'll just go full pedal to the metal. So yeah,
I mean, when you were a Gator, we had Justin being the quarterback that he is and having the arm strength things at the time, and we're kind of getting it with what Hussein's doing now in the team. Like, I don't know, have you met Hussein yet?
I've not met him. I spoke to him on DMs a little bit though. Yeah,
man. Oh, you just need to hook up next time you're over. Anyways, unless he comes to the state and goes against each other, and you can hit each other, it's fine. But so it was when Justin was here. We had like a crop of receivers that what it's like teaching receiver, where it's like you need to float the ball in to get used to actually catching the ball and things. And you were like perfect with them. So like you really shot our receivers from here to like here. And like even when you'd left, our guys still trained the same. So you like brought that mentality of they were expected to do things a certain way now, and that's like continued. So you haven't been here for a few years, and that's still like that still happens even though you're not here. But that's because of the way that you played football for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear that, because those guys definitely had a lot of potential to be good.
I mean, it's just. For me, the way that I felt really bad for you, and I spoke to you obviously in private at the time, and it must have been hard for you playing over here with your level of skill, going up against guys that aren't as quick, aren't as big, aren't as strong as what you're used to now in the States. And that's not a gripe at our guys. That's not like us having to go at them, but it's just we start too late in this country, in my opinion.
Couldn't agree more.
And I mean, we said it with yourself. Like, we had to wait like years for you to be able to come and play.
No, actually, BAFA, they have their rules are absolutely, I don't know. It's not, what they're doing is just terrible.
Guys, if you're watching now, share it and tag that part.
Yeah, tag them right now. I'm gonna like roast them like real quick. No, yeah, the things that they do, like they're not like, I don't know if they know what football is. Like, I don't know who runs this, if he actually knows what football is and how it's supposed to be played. But yeah, they do a terrible job. Because I guarantee if they did what they do over here, the talent level would not be different at all. You heard what was the O-lineman's name?
Kristen.
You heard what Kristen said. He said they got ballers all over there, and they started playing late. They started playing when they're 13 years old. You got kids playing over here when they're 6.
Yeah.
And those kids from England come over here and they're at the same level. It's like,
there's got to be more we can do. There's definitely more we can do. I mean, we touched on this in the past couple of shows, where we are starting. Maybe we're not starting young enough, but there's more opportunities now and more people with the NFL Academy, Filton Pride. There seems to be more and more players going stateside, but maybe there's something we need to do in terms of getting them involved at that younger stage, because it's still too few and far between, because in other sports we are, ahead of most other countries and even America in that regard for a lot of other sports.
It's the mentality. Like,
it is.
It's an absolute mentality situation. Like, Justin, like, he's out practicing. Like, when you were over here, you were like 7 days a week and stuff out. You know what I mean? If you weren't out with us, he was out with his dad and his brother, and like, we just don't encourage that over here. It's like, oh, don't push them too hard. Like, for me as a coach, I don't want to push kids. Like, I shouldn't have to. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they want to play football, they're going to push themselves. Like, so like my guys, ever since Justin was there, like, he changed me as a coach. Like, I'd now put it onto these guys. Like, listen, if you want to play, you need to work hard. You need to do this, and that's why, like, we're getting guys like are coming through now that are at a better standard. And I mean, being in Gateshead, we don't get a lot of players. Do you know what I mean? The numbers are always bad, and we don't have like hundreds of kids, but it's getting there. But the standards are always high.
Yeah.
And Justin, you mentioned there, and this is because I know there's a lot of dads out there who watch this, and for me personally, how important has your dad been in this? Because, I know he has been. I know you joke, he's probably your biggest fan, but how harsh has he been and how critical has he been and how much has he helped you outside of the game to get you where you are?
Okay, so his importance, basically, it's if I didn't have him, I wouldn't be here, basically. Yeah. I would be nowhere near where I'm at without him. He definitely helped me out a lot. Just because he was my, like, he got me into it, and he made me stick with it. Obviously, like Adam was saying, like, he didn't really have to, he was saying the same things, like, if you want to play, like, I'm not going to push you. Like, if you want to go out after school, throw for 3 hours, then we can do that. Like, I'm going to help you. But, like, you got to like make sure you work hard. So he definitely instilled that in me at a young age. And I feel like I'm glad he did that, because now it makes, like, all these distractions that you have going on, it makes it a lot easier to focus in on the task at hand and just make sure, like, you're not getting distracted. So yeah, definitely a lot.
Can you remember the few training sessions that we've done when we had the pool noodles? So there was me and your dad, you were going through your drop back, and we were hitting you with the pool noodles as you were coming through to pass the ball. I've moved house since then, and I've still got the pool noodles upstairs. The big orange ones. I was like, I might need them again sometime. I'll keep them. Yeah.
No, that is a great drill. You gotta do that with Hussein.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And I think one of the comments we had before, I just tried to locate it. Obviously, you mentioned briefly there, touched upon it, but I thought this was one of the hugest bit of news I heard about you. It was about the Elite 11. Talk us through that day, what winning that has got you, and how much does that help a QB over there?
It helps quarterback a lot. Like once you get out there and show because it's such a great fraternity. Like, so many great quarterbacks have passed through there. Yeah. Like, you name any NFL quarterback, any high level divisional quarterback, they've all been through Elite 11. They all know who Brian Stumpf is, Quincy Avery, all those guys. They just know who they are. So if you have if you get the opportunity, it's definitely a great opportunity. Like, I remember So yeah, I just found out about it on Twitter, like I think like a month ago, and I saw like these quarterbacks getting these invites. For your information, I actually got invited late to this.
I know about this. I spoke to your dad a couple of weeks ago, and your dad was like, he's been invited to boom camp. He's getting showcased there, and Elite 11 have contacted all of these guys and not got in touch with them. But yeah, and I was like, it's all right, man. He'll get sorted. He's like, well, I hope so. Like he's done this, and then Twitter.
Like because my quarterback coach Greg Holcomb, he was also getting in contact with them because and just saying like because he knew he was like my QB coach was like so surprised. He's like, wow, like you're not getting anything, like that's surprising. But obviously they invited me a little later. But yeah, getting to the camp, it was like awesome because you get the jersey, you get a hat, they literally throw like accessories at you. I got shocked. They were like, hey, how you doing? Here's your jersey, here's your hat, here's your sleeve, here's your towel. I'm like, all right, cool. And then so once you get in there, you just get your like height, weight, all that stuff. And then there's a lot of high level quarterbacks, like quarterback coaches there, like Quincy Avery. I think he coaches like Justin Fields, Dwayne is it Dwayne? It is Dorian Thompson Robinson. He plays for UCLA, and a lot of like high level quarterbacks in the NFL. So he was there. Obviously the owner of it, Brian Stumpf, was there. And it's great because they know like that's the mindset. They like implement the mindset that you need to have. Like they like show you the mentality that you need to have. Like because most of the quarterbacks there were like so like like just nervous. Like all the quarterbacks were saying was just like all the quarterback coaches were just like, yeah, like breathe, man. Like, do we have to do some breathing exercises before we do this drill? all that different stuff. So yeah, no, it's definitely awesome. They take you through a bunch of drills, a lot of NFL pro style drills, like play action pass from under center, hitching up in the pocket, avoiding defenders, all that stuff, throwing on the run, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's definitely an awesome experience.
And by winning that, what's that allowed? Does that take you on to like the next stage or anything like that? Or you just won your regional and you'll be considered for the next stage?
So winning the accuracy competition, like it consisted of 8 throws. Let's see if I can remember. It was a slant route, a bubble route, a dig, a post, a comeback, and an out route, and then a bang post. I think that's 8. And so it was just basically you got to hit them right on the money is a 3. So going into it, I remember I had like 6 threes in a row, and then I think I finished with like a 2 and another 2. So I thought I was in a good stage. Like I thought I did really good, but I didn't think I thought, okay, there's going to be a guy here who has offers who's going to win it, obviously. So when he's like from Crystal Lake South, I was like, it felt pretty good. So yeah, it basically it does help you a lot, get you to the next stage. So since I did so well, I'll probably hopefully be considered to go to the finals. We'll see. I think they're having another regional after my season in spring. So hopefully we'll see what happens there.
Put it this way, if they don't invite you, we're gonna cause like an uprising on Twitter. The UK is gonna be kicking off. So yeah. You wait until you start hearing the red coats are coming again, and that's us coming over to make sure you get an Elite 11.
Yeah. And obviously you mentioned earlier on you're a lefty. Obviously it's slightly different. We've just seen our first lefty starting again in the NFL for the first time in a long time in Tua. He must be an idol of yours. So how does that work? Does it change drastic amounts? Do people look down at you? Said you get noticed a bit more. How does it work for you?
You definitely earn a lot of more respect. Literally my phone's been blowing up these last couple of days of just Instagram followers, Twitter followers, from guys from the camp and everything. So it definitely, you earn a lot of respect from it. And it's just good to know that for me personally, it's good to know where I stand and where my standards are at. So it's good. It gives me more motivation to work harder and improve even more to where I can play even better.
We've had James obviously come in again, so I've posted it in the chat, and he said, "What's the QB competition looking like for Elite 11?"
Right now, I'm not very sure because they're still doing their regionals. They have 4 regionals total, and they've done 2 so far. So I don't know what it's looking like. I'm probably gonna find out what it looks like probably when they finish their regionals and they're done, like they're deciding who they want to go with and stuff like that.
You know what it is, right? What I want to do now is for anyone that's not seen you play. Obviously, I showed the clip of you with the spin pass at the start. Like, I just want to show you play football, so I'm going to pull up your huddle highlights and put them on if that's okay with you.
It's all good.
Let's see if I can do this. Let's have a look. I don't think that'll play the sound for some reason. It might play on my headset. I don't know if it plays on everyone else's. But this is my favorite one. How do you do that, man?
Yeah. Yeah, that play was just literally just gotta move around.
Talk us through.
One of those. I'll tell people, get out the way of those big guys chasing me and throw it.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
So actually, that was it was a tight end set. So we had 2 receivers on the left, a tight end on the right, and yeah, my tight end just like was going off for the pass, and my tackle had no clue that there was a guy coming, so I just had to hitch up. It was basically just instincts taking over, just instincts. Basically,
see that's all those years of Gator having to run away from people coming at you.
All those noodles, those noodles being thrown at me. Yeah,
all the noodles and guys just flying past our offensive line. That's it right there. That ball, man. Jeez. That's unbelievable.
It's weird just even seeing the yellow Y and not a rugby H.
Yeah, like the actual swan neck goalpost.
Yeah.
Look at it, man.
Oh, nice try. So how would you describe yourself as a quarterback?
I'd say I'm first a passer, but when I run, I can definitely run. Like I can get past the linebackers and stuff. So basically, Tua. Tua is a guy that'll step back there and throw the ball, use his arm. But if he has to use his legs, he can use his legs and get big gains and make big plays.
Yeah, I suppose that's going to help knowing you, isn't it, personally, when you're looking at offers and stuff like that. Being a lefty, having it so successful shows that it can just be easily adapted. I was thinking about it myself, like obviously the receivers will be on different sides, I'm assuming, and different ways for them to look at the ball when it's coming out different. So have you just got to find a coaching staff at the next level who just suit that and are happy to embrace that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm making sure that I stay as athletic and make sure I just get better every day. So any college that wants to take a chance on me, they won't have any like question marks of my speed, throwing ability, all that.
Well, with that Elite 11 and your stats, I'll say if you're one of the best in your state at the moment. I think I looked at some rankings where you was one of how does it work in college? To get to college, do you have like a star rating, or where do you fall in like national rankings and stuff? Do you follow that as a player?
Yeah, I don't have stars at the moment. I'm still waiting on that. But I've been in contact with because September 1st just came around, which is like the NCAA time when schools can actually contact me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been like since September 1st, I've been getting like hit up from like Miami, Ohio, South Dakota, Syracuse. I was talking to Syracuse. I was talking to Coach Lynch, their running back, like a couple days ago. Yeah. Toledo, Bowling Green, Southern Illinois, Northern Illinois, and let's see, and Murray State are some that I've been in contact with.
Yeah.
I can tell you now, you've got an offer from Sunderland University if you want.
Yeah.
I think just someone who maybe doesn't know, so what will they be like? Div 1 schools, and you'll go there looking to start and get a full scholarship. Are they the important things to you?
Yeah, no. So basically, I just want to because all those schools that I just listed are very interested in me. They just want to see, like, obviously that Elite 11 camp helped me out a lot, knowing like because a lot of those coaches saw that. But yeah, the majority of them just want to see my junior year before they pull the plug on me.
And what can you say, or can you? I don't know if you can. What's your goal? Where do you want to play? If you had a choice, do you look at it like that, or are you just looking for the best fit for you?
I look at I'm both ways. Like obviously I have a school that I want to play for, and that's Notre Dame. That's probably one of the biggest. Yeah, because I like that school because they actually have a quarterback named Ian Book who's like around my physical stature, same size, everything. So it's good. So that's like one of the bigger reasons why I'd love to play for Notre Dame. But
you feel like you'd fit in their system. They've already had someone similar to you. It'll be seamless for you to go and learn off him for a couple of years, I'm assuming, as a red shirt or whatever, and then take over as a starter. Hey, playing at Notre Dame can't be bad.
Exactly, yeah. That's one of the big things for me, because another thing that's playing in like to where like where I want to go. The big thing is how bad they want me. Do they want me to come in? Do they want me to start straight away? Do they want me to rest 1 year then go in? That plays a big part in it. Like I want to go to a school that
that education. Remember, Justin? Come on.
Obviously, the education.
You'll get that anyway, won't you?
Yeah. So yeah, basically, I'm just looking for a school where I'll be starting straight away or in a year, basically.
Yeah. So maybe like somewhere where they've got a senior who's going to go on and play at a decent level, and you can just go in, step in, take over, and go and take them to a national championship. I'm assuming that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, go on.
What would you say needs to happen in this country to get more guys from over here over playing in the States?
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, what would you say needs to happen in this country to football to get more of our guys over there playing like high school football, playing college football? Do you think there's something that needs to happen?
Yes. I think that obviously, like I was saying, start them young, get them into it. And I know you guys are doing that right now, which is awesome to see. But also get rid of the 5-on-5, 9-on-9, just 11-on-11. Get them started young, get them used to it young, because it's going to help them out tremendously once they get to the age where they can go play in high school.
So there's actually talks now, right, of at GB level. So you know how you went to GB practice and they were all gobsmacked at you and all of that. But there's talks of maybe putting a platform in before there where like everyone in the division joins up as a team and they have 11v11 football against other teams, like other divisions, just so kids get that 11v11 opportunity. And you know what it's like here in the Northeast. There's a lot of teams in a short space, and it's a nightmare. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's also something that I think needs to happen. Is people got to forget about their egos of, oh, this is my team. It's all about growing the game, make sure kids can play on a high level. So I think, like you said, all those little teams you got, like they have over there, I think they all should come together as one team and just, but that should be like around the whole country. Just all those little teams come together and just play as one. Because I feel like that'd be way more beneficial for everybody. I feel like more people would want to watch it, more people would get into it. It'd just be better overall.
Oh, 100%. We've had Max. I don't know what he's saying. Play more of it.
Play more football, I'm assuming.
Hopefully, I mean that'll do.
You might be talking about the highlight tape.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, what we'll do anyways. So we've set up a Facebook page today. We'll put all your highlights out. We'll put James's highlights out because I didn't pull them up before. We'll put both the highlights out. We'll stick your Instagrams, your Twitters, and things on there as well. Hopefully, get you guys some followers and things.
What age can you kids look to start playing states? What's obviously you mentioned JV and stuff. How early does that start as opposed to high school over here?
So yeah, because I found out they don't have middle school teams, at least in this state. They just have like clubs. So I know around here, kids like in around 8th grade, they were playing like with the Crystal Lake Raiders, and they were playing there from like 4th to 8th grade. And then once they got 14 years old, they were freshmen in high school. They were playing in high school on depending on how good they were. They'd either be on varsity, JV, or their freshman team.
So obviously for us looking into it at the minute, so we're really looking into things about trying to get guys over there, and like especially like Hussein and other players like that. We've noticed that it's probably going to be easier to send them over for their 10th grade in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they would finish their year 11 here just so they would get the GCSEs here. And then it means, because of the way that football is, it means that they could get like an extra, they would get to start 10th grade again and be eligible at high school an extra year, then go to college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely smart. That's definitely smart. That's definitely something I'd recommend doing. Getting that
1 year. Just 1 year in the States, then, is that what you're saying, Adam?
No, you would get 2 or 3 at high school. 2, I think.
It's like college then.
Yeah, you would start. So finishing year 11 here, it means you would leave before you get your results, because it starts in August-ish. Go to a school, and you would start, instead of going into the 11th grade over there, you'd be in 10th again. So you'd restart 10th and then go through.
Yeah. Cool.
It means you've got longer to play high school football and more chance to get recognized, etc.
Definitely recommend that. Like you said, all that stuff, get bigger, stronger, all that.
So what's next? What's next, Justin? What's next for you? What are you looking forward to? What's the plans for obviously when your season starts? You know, state, I'm assuming, is that the short-term goals for you, going win state, be the best QB in the state?
Definitely. Right now, I'm not really. I've heard, like, since it's going to be a condensed season, obviously due to COVID. I'm pretty sure we're going to be playing a 7-game season, and we're going to have like a regional championship this year, just because of how it is. So yeah, that's definitely the goal right now. Is definitely just win a regional championship. Be the best player I can be the best teammate I can be, making sure that I'm doing everything right, making sure I'm setting up a good example for the rest of our team. Obviously have a good year. I actually have like a list on my wall that I just to like make me remember what I have to do. So yeah, just state, no, not state, regionals. I want to break some high school records, win a lot of games, all that stuff.
So you've got 2 years then left in high school, is that right? So you're going to have this condensed shorter season, then you'll have one, let's hope, full season to go and put it all on show and get, what do you know what the formula is to go and like improve to getting like becoming, from my limited knowledge, you'd want to be a 5-star recruit, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've been like 24/7 Sports followed me just yesterday, so it's good. So I'm starting to get on the radar to like so basically my goal is just to have, because usually they start looking at you your junior year anyway, so I'm just looking to go out there, play the best of my ability, and then hopefully they give me a good ranking. That's really the only way you can do it.
Yeah,
you just go out there.
That's a good question, actually. Do you know how to change UK grades to an American grade point average? I mean, James might know this as well, actually, because I have no idea how that works.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, because did you finish? You done your GCSEs here before you moved, didn't you?
I did not, actually.
No, you didn't. You left beforehand.
Yeah.
So what did you just have to do? Did you just have to take like more tests when you got over there, and then?
Really, all I did was I just started high school. Basically,
you just started, and then they were like, "Your GPA is nothing. We'll find out in a few months," sort of thing.
Literally, yeah. I just met up with my counselor. He asked me what class I want to be in. I was like, "Oh, I'll be in that, that, and that." All right, see you at school.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Fair enough. When you've got arm talent like that, they'll work the rest out, won't they, mate?
Yeah.
So, when do you find out, like, if you get to the next stage of Elite 11, or when do you find out, like, when your practices and games are all happening? Obviously, with COVID, I don't know if you realised we're locking down again from.
I heard about that.
Yeah, mate. Like, we hadn't even started practice.
That's wild.
I put on Facebook 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks and counting until practice started for Gateshead, and I had to put up yesterday saying training's cancelled again. So, my guys are so annoyed.
He cancelled tomorrow, Adam.
I need to wait to find out off the uni.
All right.
They tell us tomorrow.
Fair enough. That was just a personal question because we've got another show tomorrow, so I wanted to know from Ryan Calder.
Yeah, no, that's wild. I'm sad because like I feel like the way that like governments are handling this, I feel like it's an absolute joke. Like even over here in Illinois, I think our governor is just ridiculous. Ask anybody in the state. Everybody is not like supporting what he's doing, like pushing the season back, everything. Because when people, I don't know, I don't know what you guys think of it, but like I just feel like locking kids up, like teenagers up in a house and telling them, hey, stay home, don't like just stay in your house. Like that's not good for like a teenager, you know, a teenage girl, a teenage boy being cooped up in their heads for such a long period of time. Like there's been a lot of like suicides around this area, like all of a sudden like during quarantine and stuff. So I think the way they're handling it is very ridiculous.
Yeah, we had a show last week about mental health and and that how it's impacting and stuff. And you're right there in terms of, well, go vote at the bottom there if anyone from the US is with. Voting's closed now. I thought it's voting closed now and then.
I don't know, dude. I'm not over there. Just if they haven't voted, they should have voted. There we go. I'm just trying to help.
Tomorrow it's announced, I think.
That's my little cross-Atlantic relations done there now. I'm covered for the show now, so everything's fine. We've got some questions as well that we want to fire to you. So, who is the best player you've ever played with? And we're gonna keep that over in the UK. So obviously you're gonna get some ballers and at school and things. But who's the best one that you've got in the UK?
In the UK,
there's gonna be some hurt guys now. By the way.
So like on the team or just overall?
Overall, best in the UK that you've played with.
Best in the UK that I've played with.
And don't cheat. Don't pick any like Durham Americans now because we're not.
I'm trying to think.
It's probably been a while.
It was a while ago. But I think I remember. I'd say Alex Hayden.
Alex Haddon. Oh, that is a shout. Alex is coming to coach for me
because I just remember when he was on our team. I remember he was like my go-to guy. Like I just knew that if I threw him the ball, he was gonna catch it.
That one-arm grab as well. I've got that on video. I should have pulled that. That was unbelievable.
Yeah. I've just pulled up a map, Adam. Illinois down to Houston, not too far, then over to Jacksonville and home. Sounds like a good trip for me.
That's a trip. Let's do it. Let's get that sorted.
Let's get that sorted post-COVID.
Another question that we've got. So this is, you can class this for in the States, in the UK, whatever you want to do. But best player that you've played against.
Against.
6'5" linebacker.
The big monster linebacker.
Yeah, I'd say the best player I played against this year was probably that D lineman who's committed to, I think, Eastern Illinois.
Nice.
He was just a tank. Like every play we had to go away from him. Like they literally made me make calls like where he was. Like I just lined up and they're like, all right, yeah, we're going this way now.
Yeah, flipping that play, boys. Let's go this way.
Yeah, basically.
Flip. I don't blame them for that, to be fair. That's literally what we done when we went against that East Kilbride kid. We were like, yeah, just if he goes left, you're going right, man.
Let's do this. This is usually my favourite. I forgot to do this with James. I'm annoyed. So this has become our little thing. This has become our thing week in, week out. We ask every guest. So you've got a five-a-side flag team. Jury's out on the five-a-side team. But what would be your five-a-side team of NFL players right now, not past?
So they've got to play offense and defense, obviously. So your five-a-side Iron Man football flag team.
Okay. Quarterback, Russell Wilson.
Nice. Shout.
So where's he going to play on defense, though?
I don't know, but he's fast. So we'll go somewhere.
Put him in at safety. Get him in at safety.
Yeah.
Medium ticket.
And the snapper, probably be a tight end.
I like that choice.
George Kittle.
Nice.
George Kittle is an insane blocker, and he's an insane catcher.
See, I went like a running back, fullback on that one. I'm sure I put that Kyle Ushak or whatever he's called from the 49ers.
Oh, okay.
I like the Kittle pick best.
So and Tyreek Hill, running back.
Running back, nice. I like that.
Shout that.
Let's see. DK Metcalf on the right side. It doesn't matter. Just DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
He's not even starting an offense. DK Metcalf at linebacker. Don't care about offense.
He is just a different breed. It's insane. But yeah, him at wideout, and then the other side, I'd probably have Allen Robinson.
Oh, shout.
Nice pick.
Shout,
Yeah, I like
man.
that. Yeah, I like that.
You
It's
see,
a good team.
it is a very good team. Can you imagine playing against that team?
Yeah, no,
Yeah. The only one that I like I've always said, I'd probably then stick like a Jamal Adams at wide receiver as opposed to Robinson, because I reckon he's a baller, but then you know you've got the ball hawk on defense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've just got that stud. We all go offense first, but then my team would beat your team because we got Jamal Adams, so I'm getting off the field. But then again, no one's covering Tyreek Hill unless I also have Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Also, think about this. Tyreek Hill is one of the best players in the NFL. Do you not think he'll be able to cover up ground if he's at safety?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, fair play. That's the difference between me and Justin. He knows, I don't. That's why he plays there, and I'm sat here not playing over there.
Can you imagine, like, just sticking? I would just go 3 linemen and just run the ball all day. Just go linemen and just say run.
Really?
I mean, I know you're not really supposed to block and flag, but
Hussein just said Julio. Yeah. I'd go.
Julio,
Julio. Yeah.
Julio would be mine. He's a baller. Mine would be Julio and Keenan Allen. Just he's such a
Julio's
baller.
like 450 now, man. Like, no.
Yeah, but when he plays the Panthers, he gets soft coverage and looks like a fucking baller. So I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning, watch Julio Jones catch deep curls.
He needs to get out of there. He needs to get out of Atlanta. Go somewhere good. Wasted talent.
Him and Matty Ice.
So, what is your favorite play? Like that, your go-to play.
My go-to.
Let's change the situation. So,
situation.
Yeah, I'll give you a situation. So, 4th and goal, trailing by 5, needing that tutty, and you are on the 15-yard line.
State championship.
All right. I'm going trips right. Where are we at on the hashes? Where are we at? Left hash, right hash, middle of the field.
Let's go left hash.
Left hash. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go trips right. We're gonna have the middle guy run a post. No, the guy nearest to me run a post. Middle guy run a flag, and the outside guy run a hitch. So basically, what my read's gonna be is I'm gonna read the corner. If the corner goes down on the hitch, and because the flag's gonna be like a post flag, we're gonna get him inside, so it's gonna move the safety, and they're just gonna hit him over the top. But if that doesn't go, then we're gonna hit the post. Like if it's like a 1 high, 2 high, I'll probably hit the post down the middle. That's probably what I do.
What's your backside receiver doing?
Background receiver. Probably just run a fade. Nothing's there. Jump off.
You want to keep him over that far side. Hopefully, if they're too high, he's going to pull one across, isn't he?
You got tight end or running back in. You got tight end on the line blocking in, or you're running back in a heavy set just to make sure you're safe and up on your feet.
Yeah, I'd say running back blocking.
You've got to have that running back in there, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
As you see, James has joined us, eating his free good food, I'm assuming, before training. I think James dropped in some comments, so we had to bring him back on. Hussein's favourite play would be levels with exclamation marks. That's fair enough. For me, on that 15-yard line, I'd go flood right with my backside receiver running a post, so we're all in that same area.
Because I'm a game coach, we're running a dive.
Hussein just said Trubisky is a wasted talent. I agree with him 100%. After watching these Bears, Nick Foles is not the guy. I'm sorry. It was not Trubisky's fault. We need to bring back Trubisky.
Can you tell that he's a Bears fan?
Oh, 100%.
So, James, whilst we've got you, bud, we should have asked you this, we ask every guest. You've got to pick a 5-a-side flag team from the NFL. They have to play offense and defense, so it might change your picks, it might not. Who have you got?
Lamar Jackson, QB, straight up.
When's he playing on defense?
Safety.
Safety, bro. He quit.
He's not tackling no one, him, is he?
Small guys, bro. I have a guy that runs track. He was like top 10 in the country. He could tackle. He played rugby. He was skinny as anything. So,
I trust James.
I seen that Steelers game the other day. Lamar ain't tackling nothing. He's scared of his shadow, man.
He'll float around. Man.
Yeah, he gets up and gets hit and gets.
Wait, in the 5v5, can the quarterback run? I forgot if I asked it. He can't run, right? It's flag, 5v5 flag.
Man, it's made up. Do whatever they want. If they want to run, you know what it is.
He's like the yard on Madden.
Yeah, okay. Justin, this is like that game where we used to play at the end of training, right?
Oh, then I respect that pick.
Yeah,
yeah. No, I think he's still got good Wilson. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just saying that's a good pick. Yeah. Like, I would probably go with that too.
Yeah,
I mean, Gronkin too.
What do you say? You can't even
play Gronk.
Oh, Gronk.
You play both. Most definitely. My bro, you just said his name. My bro, what's his name? The Seahawks.
Wilson.
Metcalf. Yeah, definitely get him, man. He's a freak,
bro. He is insane.
He's a freak. Oh, can you choose retired players?
You can have it, yeah. He plays Div 1. He can have it.
Div 1, yeah.
He offered you tickets before.
Yeah. I mean, can we get the tickets called back on here? If you say we can have tickets again, you can have
I ain't selling no tickets, you know. I can't even think of who else. I'm terrible at NFL players. I watch mainly college football now.
Same, bro. I can't stand the NFL.
This is where I'm changing. Me and Adam is speaking about this past couple of weeks. I always watch NFL every Sunday, but I feel switching. I feel like I enjoy it more. Just like sometimes just watching the team get beat 70-0. There's just something good about that.
I'm more college football, man. Like we had this talk, didn't we? Like I love college football.
It's more fun, like more interesting.
Exactly, more fans, better atmosphere.
You can tell they're into it. Like they're trying to reach the NFL. NFL players are already in the NFL.
Mate, it's not just that. Like, as a coach, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking these players that these guys are doing are wild. And I'm sitting there with a notebook like, Sunday morning we're doing this, boys. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's just what I love. That's just college football, man. I love it. Like, I remember watching my first college football game, and this is why I'm hooked on the team that I'm on. So, I'm a Penn State fan. I have no allegiance to Penn State. But it was the fact that there was a whiteout game.
Oh my God.
Jumping up and down. And
that is the craziest thing ever.
And I was just like, I seen that. And I was like, that is me. I was like, I'm telling you now, if I was there, I'd be on the pitch.
That's the team I wanted to go to before I started college. Yeah, I spoke to Coach Franklin briefly as well.
Oh my!
He was interested, but I just couldn't get all the way there. I was running out of time with my recruiting. So.
Oh man!
Justin, you hold our only hope.
Yeah, no, for real.
Penn State, Justin.
I need that whiteout game.
Then James will be hitting you up for tickets.
There's a German D tackle there, number 44, Darkwa. He's cool. He's cold. It's my guy.
Wait, James, how many years you got left?
I got all my years left. This year don't even count, bro. I'm chilling.
For real?
Yep.
Bro, we could. If you stay there, we could.
What are you saying, bro?
Wait. Are you like a guard or a tackle?
Both.
Oh, for real? Okay. I want you right tackle. Protect my blind side.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll be chilling.
Okay. I'll tell you what, right? I'll go one better for you, right? So, you guys hook up. You find get your Instagram switching.
Oh no, we already follow each other, yo.
Oh, you done that already? Oh,
no, we did ages ago.
Yeah.
You don't even follow me.
Huh?
You don't even follow me, James? What you playing?
I'm lacking, bro. I'm a big anti-social media, but I understand like I kind of need it. So it's just
done. Seriously.
It'll be better without anyway.
The follow back's coming, bro.
That is man, that's crazy.
So we've done the 5v5 flag, right? You know what it is, right? We always put like daft questions in, right? And I don't want to ask daft questions this week. No. Like,
ask all the questions you want, go off.
Right.
I'm chilling, bro. Since you did it early, I've got more time. That's why I've just been chilling, listening.
So, if you could pick see, I don't want to be like, if you could pick an NFL team and then you get drafted and then it's like,
Well,
oh,
I'll tell you what.
team.
If you could pick an NFL player to go chill with dinner, go back to their house, be the bro, like you just know he's gonna hit you up. Like whenever you look at me, hit me up. Look at I'm so fucking cool right now.
Past all.
Yeah, past our present.
Man,
I'll go first. I'm gonna go with Luke Kuechly. No
Okay.
doubt about it. Smartest guy ever. Love him to bits. Cried when he retired. Huge Panthers fan. So yeah, I'm gonna go and chill with Luke because I reckon we're gonna go out on a boat, go fishing. It's just gonna be a real like kind of redneck American experience.
I'd rather be with the in-laws than Kuechly, mate.
It was either that or Cam Newton. That was it.
I knew it would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends what kind of night you want to have. You know, if you want
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
That's what you got to think. That's what you've got to think. You've
Yeah,
got to
I'm definitely choosing Aaron Donald.
Donald.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll just all of a sudden just gain 100 pounds of muscle just talking about him. He's a meathead,
What would you do
bro.
with him? What would you want to do with him?
I'll just train. Literally, that's it. I'll just
That's
train
a
with
lot.
him.
If I was going out with Aaron Donald, the last thing I'd be doing was training him because he would beat my ass.
Let's go 0 to 5 until I get that 1 to 5, and then I know that I've reached levels.
It is right though because I've always wondered. We play in Britain, but I've always wondered what it's like. Like if I had 10 reps against Aaron Donald, I could have blocked him once. Like could I get an angle on him and block him? That's all. I always wondered. Definitely not.
I feel like it's possible.
I would. I'd cut him, me, like. Tell you now. Boosh. Straight in. I'd grab his leg. I don't care. I'd bite him.
Joy is with Aaron Donald, though. It's not that he's like unblockable. It's the fact he never gives up on a play.
Yeah, he's so good.
Like he never once gives up on a play. Even when he's getting blocked, he will find some way.
Did you see that play last week where he started outside?
Yeah.
So he's lined up over the tackle, and he's crashed inside, hit the guard into the center, in the QB. The life just drained out this QB.
He makes no sense. No. He makes no sense. Like there'll never be another Aaron Donald.
No, I hope he breaks the sack record. That one thing that's important in the NFL is that sack record needs to go because it's such a stupid way that sack record happened with Brett Favre taking a knee for thinking to get the record. I think AD's got a good chance, isn't he?
What about you, Justin? Who you hanging out with for the day?
Who am I hanging out with? That's a tough question. Depends how I'm feeling.
I mean, we're talking like levels of hangout where they like follow you on Instagram, like DM.
Like you and Adam used to do before you got famous.
Yeah, before you.
No, Tua for sure. Tua, hands down.
Tua we do actually.
Right? Oh my god.
Especially as a QB.
Yeah.
He's chill in Hawaii as well with him.
Yeah, just like it would be so relaxed, wouldn't it?
Because you can just tell that Tua is just like such a nice guy. Like he literally FaceTimed his parents after the game. Like nobody does that.
I love the story about him last week when he played his first snap, didn't he, last week on the 15-yard line. I think there was something. No, when he got injured, he was on the 15-yard line, and he thought that might ruin his career. And then after the game last week, when he took his first snaps, he just went and sat on the 15-yard line for like an hour after the game, just embracing the moment. I thought, I love Fitzpatrick.
That's what I'm trying to feel, bro.
Yeah, mate, you love that, right? And you're like, oh, he's got feels. And all I'm thinking of is that bus driver that's waiting for him. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Tua, mate.
Classic Tua.
You know what I mean? Like,
trying to get the
15-yard line. I'm having me tea in 20 minutes. He wants to hurry up. Left, mate. Do you know what I mean? But you know what it is? If I got to like hang with like an NFL past or present player, I'd be Pat McAfee. Do you know the punter for the Colts?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, so did you actually get drunk and fall in the lake? Like, did that happen? And if he's like, yeah, it happened, don't tell anyone. I'd be like, bro, can we go do it now? Like, I'd be like, come on, let's go. I'll swim in the lake with you, mate. Like, I'll be like straight there.
You know, I love watching his show. He talks about like what he talks about and stuff.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
With like, I'll tell you what I wouldn't choose him. I think it would be boring. Like, I just think he'd be like, yeah. So, I mean, I watch Quidditch on repeat, and like, do you know what I mean? Like,
it depends what you want to get out of it. That's why I said Luke, because I know he would just break everything down. It'd be serious, but I feel like I'd come out a better person because of it.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? A better footballer, but I wouldn't. Yeah, if I wanted to go party or something, I'd be hitting up Gronk.
Yeah, that's
Gronk.
Gronk. That's it. So, what's this CBD oil you're talking about, mate? Oh, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I would be. Yeah, I'd want to party. Maybe like I'm addicted to ballers. I want to be ballers. I want to be in the next episode of Ballers. That's what I want to be.
Your favorite player, eh? Patrick Mahomes, Adam.
I hate him, man.
Why do you not like
Mahomes? Why?
Do you know what it is, right? I've spent years telling quarterbacks, watch where you want to pass, drill the ball through, and this guy just runs up. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
Everyone has that source, though, you know.
Okay, I'm waiting for the one where it gets picked off, ran back. He gets blocked on the way back. He falls over, injured, and that's the last play. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm just going to be like, well, mate, if you had looked where you're passing, that wouldn't have happened.
That's a deep-rooted hate right there, bro.
Mate, that's honest, isn't it? Like, he's just too good. Like, I'm not lying.
What celebrity would you choose? Any celebrity, like, athlete, outside of football, who would you choose? Mine's Mike Tyson or Kobe.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, good ones.
Well, like, so if I had to, like, hang out with, like, a celebrity now.
Celebrity in general.
Meg
Thee Stallion.
Trying to think if the missus is listening.
And I she needs to understand, yo.
Mine definitely is. So it'd be someone like no.
Be Alan Shearer. I don't know. Like, that's a tough one. I'm not really like a big celebrity guy. Like,
man.
Literally football. Like, that's all I'm bothered about. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm the same way.
It's my job and my hobby, so I don't really care. Like, I don't want to chill out with no EastEnders person or nothing. Do you know what I mean? That's not my. I mean, Vernon Kay. There we go. I'll take a bit of Vernon Kay.
Yeah, good lad, good fun.
I mean, guys, if you're watching the show now and you didn't realize Vernon actually put a picture. Well, I've had my name on his. No, I'm sorry. I keep bringing it up, but it's funny.
You weren't even on the show, and you got more props than anybody else.
Oh, look at this. Miss you, Justin. Could use you at junior this year. It's from Harry. Oh, Harry with all the love for Justin.
Who's Harry?
Harry Barnes played cornerback.
Kid with the glasses?
Yeah. We'll just
I remember Harry.
I'm so glad you got that, because that'd have been so awkward if you hadn't.
Do you mean you can't remember us?
I'd have been dying. I'd have died
all the time, though. It's hard, though, especially when you start meeting athletes and you just have to remember their names. I'm bad with names as it is, so
I'm terrible with names.
I probably don't remember your name. I remember your face, though.
Mate, my name's written on the screen. Take a picture of it. Get it as your screensaver.
You can ask Adam. I've been calling you Big London for the past 3 weeks. I've got Big London coming. It's more on social media. If you've got a different name on social media, I'm
no, it's true.
Isn't that your Instagram name? It's like Big LDN or something like that.
Yeah, I need to change it eventually. Once I made the NFL, I'll get rid of that nickname.
Yeah,
I'll just use my name.
That's gonna be your brand, man. That's your brand, then.
Yeah, no.
That's what I was going to ask you, James. Have you managed to speak to Efe at all?
To who?
Efe Obada over there.
I have never spoken to a guy ever. I don't think I've ever even met him. I'd like to, though. I think I'll follow him on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, he's not gonna follow you back. You were Blitz, weren't you? He's Warriors.
Oh yeah, he is Warriors.
Yeah.
Screw the Warriors. No. I like the Warriors. I'll take out the any day though.
So we had Warriors on, John Vernon and stuff on. He just ripped the Blitz basically. So
Blitz
and then-
us.
yeah,
Yo, bring us
yeah.
back for a Blitz v Warriors, bro. I'll break it down. Their offense ain't all that crazy, bro. And that D line will get taken out any day. Put it on my mama.
Me
listen,
and
Put it on my
I-
mama.
Me and James will come back and we'll play for the
Play
Blitz.
for Blitz. Let's go.
Like,
I'm mad.
Titans, man.
no, if you're
Yeah.
coming back, you're getting that Gator jersey back on.
No one's coming back to play Div 2 with Gateshead. I'm sorry, Adam, they're not doing it. I can assure you, the one thing I have to disagree with James on is those London Warriors defensive linemen are not a joke. I hate them. They ruined my life last year. So.
Bro, I was against him for like 2 games, and that was when I wasn't as good as I was now. I wasn't struggling that much.
Yeah, no. I'm sure you might be just a little bit better than me there, James. I'm thinking.
Nah, not that much. You got stuff you could teach me. I'm telling you, I got a lot to learn.
Honestly, a couple more years, you might get to my level.
Yeah. Hopefully,
old retired eating kebabs at midnight.
I do that now. Shit.
In the morning, mate. 1 o'clock in the morning, I had me kebab last night. Thank you. Thanks for telling everyone that's watching I've got a problem. Thanks very much, mate.
He rung his takeaway delivery man because he was getting back at 12:30. He rung his delivery guy who was closing at 12. This is a close relationship when you deliver a driver, hits you up at 12:30 to drop it off just because that's what time you're home, stays open late for you. You know Adam's provided him with good business over time.
You didn't have to put his laundry out there like that. I was just.
Yeah, is it going to show?
What is it?
The text messages.
That's from my guy there. Look, there's my number. Pizza's on the way.
Oh, I like how you have that lighting ring, so you have good lighting. That's
Yeah.
Makes me look cool. I can look dark and it doesn't make us look cool anymore.
We've seen it on TikTok, so we've become cool.
To be fair, right, this is just how good I look all the time. Like I've got a light.
Most definitely. Wait, you were a lineman, right?
He was everything. He was an athlete.
Yeah.
Come on, you're an athlete. You played quarterback.
I have played quarterback, yes.
I am. I'm trying to get to tight end right now. I got hands. It's just that I don't know if I can run around.
Thank you very much, James. It's my theory. All linemen have the best hands in the best.
I'm telling you, we're underrated. It's just that our route running is just a little bit questionable.
That's it. I'm just put me on a 3-yard hitch or something. I'm good.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'll tell you what, a DB.
And I can take a ball in too. That rugby for 4 years really helped me with that stuff. I can get a good 12 yards.
Like Mike playing in the Prem, James playing Div 1. Have any of you took a snap at running back, boys? Oh, yeah.
Nah, unfortunately not. I don't think I'd actually want to play running back. They get beaten up alive.
Nah, man. I've got pictures of like 6 guys from East Kilbride hanging off us, and it's like profile picture for months that was, man.
I took one snap at running back in an old boys game against my old university and fumbled. So there you go. That's why we don't do it.
Don't worry, I have the same.
Made us look bad.
First game I had this season. My coach decided to put me in a slot. I don't know why. Put me in a slot. First play I'm in. Said go. I'm running. I block this dude. I get called for a holding on my first ever play. And then I get taken out.
I can 100% believe that because I've seen you blocking. Like, I know that that's coming. We used to run a little reverse play and like just to go out and hit him. Just grab hold of him. Like, come on.
I'll teach you, young blood. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's just kind of
it comes.
When we get these two hooked up at University of Houston, and then
listen, bro, there's space.
Oh,
there's
bro,
space.
There you
Do
go.
you guys throw the ball a lot?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, especially like third down situations and stuff. So they're
depends
good.
how good the quarterback is.
Well, just
Playing team's good. Our starting quarterback's good.
Send your coaches huddle. Be there in a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Let them
That's
know.
it.
Oh, seriously though, put your stuff out to all the people that are in recruiting though. Put your stuff out on Twitter. Just retweet. Keep posting stuff. That helps a lot.
Well, I'm just gonna say thanks very much for coming on, guys, because we got to wrap up because we get wrong if we're on for longer than 2 hours. So,
Yeah,
but thanks very much for coming on. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys can come on again down the line.
Yeah.
sure,
I'd love
man.
to.
Hit me up.
Cool. We'll follow your journeys as well.
James.
We'll put you...
Follow us, man, on Instagram. Come on.
Hit me up on Instagram so I can see what your Instagram is. Like, I'll follow you back.
Jeez.
Follow you back. I don't do that on purpose.
Taking it now. Right, let the poor lads go. Jesus.
Right, thanks for coming on, guys. I really
Cheers,
do.
guys.
All right, bro.
Thanks so much.
All right, see you guys later.
Look forward to seeing you.
Catch you later.
Take care, guys.
Cheers. Well, what a show.
Man, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. Different. I liked it. I think the guys gave really good insight, didn't they, into what it takes to play over there. So cool as well, the pair of them are. Cool guys. I felt really old tonight.
Yeah.
I felt really old.
Yeah, you looked it as well with that mustache, mate.
November.
Yeah. Shocking. That was shocking.
Well, I'm in lockdown now, so what else have we got going for me?
Yeah,
I had
can
a
you
haircut.
take the photo back up if you've got it handy?
Of
The hat that we're giving away from AP Sports, and I'll explain to people how they go about doing it.
Just give me 2 seconds.
So basically, we've got a hat that we're going to be giving away. It's any NFL hat. It's quite simple to do. You can go on our Facebook page, and it's got the instructions on there. So if you go on Facebook, you type in Britballin, it'll bring you to our Facebook page. To be fair, if you're friends with me already on Facebook, you would have had an invite. Like we invite everyone. And
My computer's being slow, so I apologise.
Hussein sent a message there saying he grows a better mustache. Now that is pretty true. To be fair,
I did ask Adam to join me on this, but he was against, helping raise money for charity, basically.
no, don't do that, Louise. Come on.
I mean, if we can get some comments giving us some support in terms of what should be happening, Adam should be supporting us. I'd love to see Adam in a nice mustache.
I'm not shaving my beard, man. Don't care. I'll give money to charity. I'm not shaving my beard. So, as you can see on screen there, Britballin. You can scroll down. I posted this a little bit earlier on here. So all you need to do, share latest podcast on Gridiron Hub. So share this one that you can see us on now. Like the post that's on the screen there. Tag 3 friends. Follow us and EP Sports, and we'll be announcing the winner on Friday. You can choose any of the NFL hats. You can go on the EP Sports website now. In fact, that's what I'll do. I'll go on EP. EP Sports. So epsports.co.uk. Can you see it all on the screen? Is it coming on? Oh, there it is. So EP Sports. All you want to do here is you can go over to NFL. You can look at field training equipment. They do everything. So everything from helmets, shoulder pads, footwear, gloves.
Great starter packs as well. If you're getting into the game or something like that, they really do. I think that's what separates them. I think as opposed to other providers, the starter packs, the NFL stuff, and they're starting to get the team stores. Team stores are going to be class for us because we are getting our own team store, building some brand and merch for people. We showed them the hat last week, so we're pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, that'll be coming out pretty soon, won't it? So, as you can see, these are what we're going to be giving away here. So, this is the NFL knits. If the computer decides to load, you've got the Washington football team, Dallas Cowboys, Las Vegas Raiders, Jets all on the screen there, but I'm not going to go through and name them all. There is every team there, and for one lucky winner, we're going to be giving it away for free. So,
shall we quickly do one of the things that we wanted to chat about?
Yeah, if you want, man. I'm here if you want to talk. That's fine.
Yeah, let's go with the Uniball stuff. Obviously, let's talk that. I know we had a couple of people chatting about it and stuff in the past. So, they released the new alignments, didn't they? And some interesting hot takes. So, I'm going to bring up the actual Gridiron Hub page. Let's see where we get to with that. You still hear me okay?
Yeah, we're here. So there's been, obviously, it came out in the uni coaches group earlier on today.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the first time I'd seen it, and it was shared from Gridiron Hub. So I was
Yeah.
like, my first comment on there was like, how the hell is this out? Like, and we've not seen it. But
Yeah, exactly.
this is the one. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, can you?
Hopefully, yeah. Computer seems to be.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. It's helping now.
So let's chat through this. Obviously, nothing changed from Prem North. Nothing really changed from Prem South, apart from the two teams that have been promoted in. I mean, but maybe I've been out of Uniball for a while, but that Prem South does not look very stacked. Two teams from Leeds in the Prem North. Interesting.
Yeah, mate. I mean, they've both got good teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Got really good teams, and you know what it is.
Yeah.
They both also do a lot for like youth and junior football as well.
Yeah, well, it just shows that, doesn't it? So, I mean, a couple of the standout bits of information there. Maybe that's what I was looking at. What's happened to Derby Braves? No Derby Braves.
So, if you can zoom in a little bit more, just so we can see on the screen there. Basically, Derby, you don't have to enter in the league this year.
All right, okay.
So, with the COVID and everything, you don't have to actually enter into it. There's no penalty if you do or don't. It's one of those things where you're not. I don't think you're going to be relegated right the way down, or you would just come back in where you were. But I'm assuming by the looks of that, Derby haven't wanted to participate this year due to COVID, which I can't blame them. If I'm honest, I really can't blame them.
That makes a little bit of sense why they're there. But I think one of the biggest additions here is SGS Pride.
Yeah, man, like Pride, like so. That's Filton, that's Bristol Pride.
Coming straight in at Div 1. That is unheard of.
Now, for me, Filton have got a cracking team. Everyone knows it. The Pride, unbelievable. I mean, I'm shocked that they've come straight in at Div 1, but it might just be because of the season being no relegation, demotion sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
if Pride are meant to be what Pride are meant to be, if you was to put that, no disrespect to a Div 2 to a South, and I'm sure there's some good teams in there, but I'm sure all those teams will have 90% rookies playing.
So who's in that 2A South? Or Southwest, I'm assuming. It's either going to be the South.
Bath Spa Bulldogs, Bournemouth Bobcats, Gloucestershire Gladiators, Plymouth Blitz, Solent Seahawks, UWE Pellets.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? Solent are a hell of a team. Plymouth, hell of a team. There's a few other guys in there that's got some good teams. So I don't know what Pride are going to be using. Pride might be using their older guys that are there on uni courses, or they might be using the guys at all levels. Like, hopefully they're going to use some of them young guys that are coming in as well. If that's the case, they should be in Div 1. If they're just using their older guys, and maybe not.
I'd back Pride to smoke that. I think they'll get promoted.
I don't know, man. I mean, they can't get promoted this year anyways. There's no promotion. But
well, it'll be interesting to see in this how close it will be.
Well, put it this way. Pride play Birmingham Lions all the time, and Birmingham Lions are in the Prem South. And for me, they're probably the favourites to win the Prem South.
Well, Pride play them all the time. Do you know what scores that usually is?
Sorry. I know I've just said Birmingham are favourites, so UWE and Birmingham are obviously up there.
Yeah.
But when Pride play Lions, they absolutely battered them. Like Pride.
So why are they in Div 1? So I suppose why are they in Div 1 then?
So maybe it's just because they're playing those younger guys. I don't know.
I don't know, because it makes sense that if Derby aren't playing, I'd have just stuck them right in the Prem. No offense to Cardiff, is there one less or something in there? Or if Cardiff Cobra's been slotted in, I don't know.
I'm assuming Cardiff would have got promoted. Do you know what I mean? Anyways. But for me, that North Prem looks unbelievable compared to the South, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, Nottingham, Sterling will always have the guy. Durham will have the Yanks. We had Jason on, and he's not going to have any kind of semi-amateur team. Beckett are always going to have a good team with Dale there. I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you, Leeds Griffins are the only ones who I used to know a couple of lads who played there playing over in Yorkshire, but I'm not sure who's running that there. But they seem to be doing a good bloody job.
Mate, they have shot through the divisions, haven't they?
Because I remember they were Div 2
a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm worried, man. Like, how many of their guys are graduated? How many they're keeping?
Mm. It's always the way in it with Unibail. And then a classic we see here. I love the little Sunderland Spartans.
Oh,
our favourite team in Uniball.
Oh, there they are.
What's the thoughts for this year? Have we got anyone? Any inside scoop? Have we got any players to look out for?
Yeah, mate. We've got some. I think we're looking better this year than what we did last year.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. I could always do with more linemen, obviously.
Yeah.
I love me linemen, but we've got some young GB guys coming into the team. We've got some a few of my academy players that are coming to play for the team. I think we've got 6 guys in our backfield rotations. So on offense, obviously, so from QBs, running backs, slot receivers, etc.
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 of them that run under a 4.5.
Yeah.
Like, we've got some unbelievable speed.
Well, I hope you do well, and hopefully,
Mate,
you can't win or lose this year, really, can you? But I hope you.
Pull up, zoom in on our division, and I'll talk through it. Like, this is probably going to come back to bite us in the arse, but let's talk through it if you can. So Glasgow Tigers, yeah. Glasgow have always got a hell of a team. They battered us last year. When they played us last year, I think we were on our 3rd string quarterback at the time. We had one guy ejected. It was just a nightmare from the off. Our one scholar that we had in the squad was running with a knee injury. It just wasn't the right day last year. They absolutely hammered it, and they deserved to beat them. It wasn't anything daft. They just ran the ball up the middle and played very, very well. Harriet Watts obviously got a new head coach this year. So we played them on their seniors night last year. So we know that they're losing quite a few guys, some big guys as well. So I like Harriet Watt, man. Like, I like the way they play football. Yeah. Really enjoyed it last year. We beat them last year, but it was the worst weather I've ever seen for football. Like, I'm talking was sideways.
Teesside, that's your big. I'm assuming your big rivalry.
Yeah, that's where varsity games. So we play them in the league, and then we play them for varsity as well. They beat us last year. It was a bad call by me last year. That beat us. I've got no shame.
You said that before, UWS Pyros.
I don't know how they're going to do, man. So I don't know if they won a game last season or not, but they had some very good guys, some very talented guys. I know they've lost the quarterback.
Yeah, beat them this year then. I'll say it to you up.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I expect to beat everyone.
York St. John Jaguars.
Hell of a team. Hell of a team. Very well coached team.
Who's the coach there?
Oh, don't put us on the spot like that.
Is it still Pawson?
No. Don't put us on the spot like that. You know what I'm like with names. But they're a very, very well coached team. We beat them last year.
Yeah.
They had some unbelievable players that kind of kept them in the game.
Yeah.
And we called a very bad game on offense.
Yeah.
That game, but they were a hell of a team. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're there or thereabouts this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good. So, good luck for the season, for what you have this year. Obviously, you're going to have a bit of a reduced season. Hopefully, you actually get one in. Nothing else really standing out from me on there. There is a Gridiron Hub article.
I'll tell you what, the one thing that does stand out for me is that there's some teams that haven't been relegated that should have been relegated.
Well, I've noticed that. I've just had a look at all the Div 2 teams. No one's been relegated into Div 2, which is interesting. So Div 1 stayed the same, but there has been people relegated from Prem North and Prem South. Obviously, Hertfordshire and about Coventry Uni Jets, but then the teams have still been promoted: Leicester, Manchester Tyrants, York Centurions.
See, I mean, I haven't delved into this too much, but I don't know why that's the case.
No, I'm sure the gossip columns will be flying, won't they?
I mean, I looked at some of these teams that should have been relegated play last year.
Yeah.
So they would have been relegated and coming into like Division 2. Not necessarily. I'm not talking about the guys coming into ours necessarily. I'm talking about in general. I went to a lot of uni games last year, and I think there's some Division 2 teams that can beat some of these Division 1 teams.
Yeah.
And because it's so hard to get out of Division 2, like you've got to literally win the league to get out of Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's that you can't just you've got to go win all through the playoffs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just win your division. Or I think, in fact, no, you can win your division, but you can lose in playoffs or whatever. It's a nightmare.
Maybe it'll change now. There's a clear alignment.
Maybe
one goes up from borders, down from borders, up from
north. It's always been like that, though. To be fair,
oh, is it?
Yeah, I just think. I think there's some teams that have stayed up, and there's some teams that haven't been put up or whatever. That could have. And I mean, I've seen without mentioning teams and things, I've seen some teams play last year that could have lost in Division 2. I've seen some Prem teams that could have lost in Division 1. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a massive gap at the top.
Just because of the recruitment side of things and stuff like that is always going to be difficulties, isn't there? Right, well, I mean, I'm going to have to wrap up myself anyway.
I've got to do a shoot, mate. So.
Yeah, we're going to have tomorrow night. We've got a show tomorrow night. For anyone who's still watching, thank you for sticking with us again. I know it's another long show. We will try and get these wrapped up a little bit quicker. Probably would have been, we planned this one to be a shorter one, but obviously adjusting to the time zones ended up coming on a little bit late. We've got a good show tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. Hopefully you'll be here with us. If not, we might rope in somebody who I know to help us out, doing a bit of questioning and stuff. Maybe Johnny again, or whoever I can hit up in the meantime.
You can let Johnny come on again. He said nice things about us last time. So
I'll be selective in my process. He might be busy. But yeah, if not, hopefully we'll have you with us. But we've got Jeff Reinbold on tomorrow night. So again, extending this Breaking America episode almost onto 2 parts onto tomorrow. So we'll have a chat with Jeff from a coaching perspective. He's coached all over the bloody US, Canada, everywhere. He's on Sky Sports. You'll recognise him. He's going to come on tomorrow, and we'll have a quick chat with him in terms of, what his thoughts are, how we break America and all that. So we'll be there from about 7. I'm just going to confirm that with Jeff tonight. Again, making sure that Canadian Central Time that is on right. So hopefully everyone can join us again tomorrow. Please hit up that's my new phrase today. Hit up. I know, the big London said it all the time. James, follow us on Instagram if you can. We've got the new Facebook page. Go on, give us a like, share, subscribe, and all that crap. And then make sure you enter the competition for a chance to win a little free hat.
All right, guys. Take care.
Cheers, guys. Thanks very much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.